welcome to another episode of the Totally Not a Podcast. I am your host, Jake. Joining us today, it's the big C word himself. It's Connor.
Hey.
And as always, it's Mr. Anime himself. We got Kiba. Oh, that was
very
beautiful.
More hentai than anime, but good.
And that's Jake.
Hey, that's me.
What's up, Jake?
Today we're going to be hanging out, having a good time. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun, life, love, and the pursuit of
Lower
Hot
gas
dogs.
prices and hot dogs.
Dude, at the same time?
Well, yeah, lower gas and hot dog prices.
Dude, go to Sam's or fucking Costco?
Oh,
Yeah,
which one's
Costco,
the
get
good
the
hot
dollar?
dogs?
Yeah,
I think it's Costco.
Well, I think they both have hot dogs.
Really?
Yeah, because I know Sam's has got that fucking pizza.
Oh,
shit,
dude,
yes.
they do
They
have
got
good
that
pizza.
slapping pizza, and the slices
boy.
are like the size of your chest.
Wait, whose chest?
Connor's
The
chest.
two of us.
Oh, that's pretty thin.
Yeah, well,
That's thin.
Yeah,
I'll eat it
thin.
though. I'll still eat it.
It's like little
Why?
bird-shaped pizzas.
Later in the show, we're going to be discussing each of our top 3 video games of all time. And mark my words, this is going to be the definitive, end-all, be-all, 9 greatest games to ever exist. I can guarantee you that. So stick around.
You will
Forget
learn
it,
something about yourself from hearing the experiences that we have had.
And you'll understand why you are wrong if you don't agree.
Yeah.
That's just plain and simple.
No, there's no debate.
So stick around. See what we pick.
No, there's no debate. That's funny. You're just wrong.
Also, we're going to be just doing something a little crazy here. Guys, we are now announcing our next movie club pick.
I am so unbelievably excited. If you have been keeping up with the podcast, Jake started a movie segment not too long ago where we pick movies for Connor to view. That way we can kind of introduce him to the wild world of filmmaking.
How's it been going so far?
Me?
Yeah.
It's all right. I think we've watched 2 movies, and both of them I didn't love.
Can you remember what they were?
I remember one of them was about a movie about aliens and how they don't actually attack people, and then what was the other one?
Dude, beautiful. We're
Really?
doing a great
Yeah, that's
job,
so
man.
good. What
was-
We're doing a
that
great
is-
job.
The vampire movie.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought
that's
the-
what it is.
Yeah.
But I thought the first
Yeah.
half was really good, and then fucking vampires started showing up, and I was like, dude, this is fucking...
One of my
come
favorite
on.
things about that synopsis is that when he told us about him, he didn't like the vampire movie, and he did like my movie. And on his retelling, he talks about it like he liked the vampire movie.
That's the only
more.
part that he remembered.
Yeah, but he talks about it like he didn't like the alien movie at all, and he kind of liked that one.
Yeah, it is funny.
See, I really liked the first one, Dawn Before Dusk, or Dusk Before Dawn.
You nailed it. You nailed
Dawn
it.
Before Dusk.
I thought the first half of that was great. It had me drawn in, and I thought, like, damn, this is actually a good movie. But like I said, then fucking someone got bit or something, and I was like, dude, come on.
It's always what happens. Someone
It
gets bit every
ruined
time.
it.
But yeah, we are going to be announcing next week. We'll be discussing at length Full Metal Jacket.
I'm so fucking excited.
This
Guys.
one I'm a little excited about too. I've seen enough of it to know that it's a decent movie.
I will say right now, this is my favorite movie of all time.
Really?
This is my number 1 favorite movie of all time.
Numero uno.
Number
And
1.
One of the reasons I'm so excited for it is because me and Jake have on many occasions touched on talking about this movie,
Yeah.
and I can tell we both have a lot to say about the movie.
Okay.
But we've never actually had the conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for us to sit down and then you to tell us what you think first this time.
Yeah.
That way we can kind of go, all right, this is somebody seeing it for the first time, and then 2 people who have seen it a
ton
million
of
times.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm very curious to see what Connor's going to think.
Yeah, because normally the movies we pick are not movies you've seen to the extent you've seen this one. I don't think. It
I mean,
is.
I've seen From Dusk Till Dawn a bunch of times, but I
Yeah.
mean, I'd never seen Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, at least from the way you've talked about it, this is a movie you've been watching your whole life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic.
You've been watching the same movie for your whole life?
Every single day. That's
Yep.
how I fall asleep at night.
Dude, I don't know how you do it.
Dude, weren't you
practice.
addicted to drugs? I don't know how you
Technically
did
still.
it. I don't know how you did it. Don't you just do the same thing every day?
I get something out of that.
Yeah, he's got a problem. Don't be mean to him. He's got an issue.
I
You're
need
supposed
help.
To,
I
you're
need
supposed
support,
to support him
True,
right now.
True. We've got you. We've got you, Jake.
But yeah. Feel free, please watch along with us. Watch Full Metal Jacket, and in 2 weeks on the next podcast, we will discuss it at length. And as always, at the tail end of our show here, we have some fun games to play. Gentlemen, Kiba is our game champion, which means that today he will be running the games.
It's going to be the worst games ever.
I am terrified and excited.
I want you to both think hard and think long about me.
Okay.
Nice.
My brain will hurt.
Yeah. Just me. I want Kiba on the brain.
Kiba
all
on the
day.
brain.
So stay tuned for later in the show to see what wacky stuff this man has cooked up. I have no idea. I look forward to it. Are you excited?
I am excited.
Okay,
It's
good.
going to take a little bit of prep work. I'm going to have to pull up a few sounds on my phone.
Ooh.
There will be some sounds involved.
Okay, I love it. Love to see it. Gentlemen, can I tell you something right now? Right here, right now?
Absolutely.
Is this a safe space?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, God, I'm going to do it anyways. It has been really nice out this past week.
It has been.
The
a
weather
little
has
bit-
been beautiful. Can I tell you? I have been out doing some motherfucking yard work. Can you believe that?
Damn.
At your new house?
At my new house. I have only ever lived in apartments, and now I have a house and a yard to maintain, and I have been out in this beaming ass sun doing some fucking yard work. Where I'm out mowing, I'm out pruning. I'm
And it
He's
feels
out
good,
glowing?
doesn't
I'm
it?
glowing,
He's
dog.
out mowing, he's out glowing, he's out pruning, he's drinking a lot of water.
I was up on a ladder cleaning out my goddamn gutters.
Fuck yeah,
Nice,
you were.
dude.
Can you believe it?
Absolutely, I can.
You're doing homeowner shit.
You know what I
right?
say about you? You
What?
look like a normal guy.
Yeah.
You look like you clean your gutters.
Dude,
And have
they
good
were
credit.
nasty.
And do your taxes on time.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Fucking awesome.
Good on you, Jake. Yeah. You responsible ass.
We bought a electric mower. I did not know that these existed.
Dude, I have one in my garage.
Really?
I
An
have one
electric mower?
downstairs right now.
You didn't know electric mowers
I had
existed?
no idea that
Yeah,
existed.
I literally have one right below us.
I'm going to be honest. I had no idea that was a thing.
You're a silly goose.
I grew up having, gas mowers forever, and then I never had to think about it until literally right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
never even
And
crossed
they
my
don't
mind.
take nearly as much electricity as you'd think either.
Is yours corded?
Yeah, mine's corded.
Mine is cordless. We have batteries that we
Oh.
charge.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
looked at corded ones, and I was like, that's going to be like a vacuum where I'm having to move that shit around. And I went, no thanks.
Yeah. So what I always do is I just start at the part closest to the cord. That way, as I mow out, the cord just stays on that side of the
Yeah.
mower.
Yeah. That's smart.
It works decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it gets the job done, then why not?
Why
I
not?
was right before you said something about mowing. I was about to say you seem like the kind of dude that would mow stripes in his lawn.
How else would you do it, sir?
Diagonally.
Is that how you do it? You go diagonally?
Me? Fuck no.
Oh.
I do
You said it so confidently.
I do squares until it's small enough to be able to go back and forth.
Until it's just a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Okay. So you played a lot of Snake as a child.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
How would Hank Hill do it?
He wouldn't.
Because that's how I want to do it.
I think
He
he
wouldn't.
if
He would
anything,
stand.
he would probably do the diagonal line shit.
Let's say he would stand out there with his buddies and they would drink like 7 beers, smoke half a pack of cigarettes, and at some point Peggy would come outside and it'd be time for dinner.
Yeah,
time to
it's
go
about
in.
that.
Time to start up that charcoal grill.
Yep.
Oh, it's propane.
And then we would have a life lesson where he tells Bobby to do it and Bobby can't.
And then Bobby would have to smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, at least one. At least a whole pack. Yeah, and drink a few
least
beers
one.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Are you guys big King of the Hill fans?
I am a big King of the Hill
Are you?
fan.
I've only seen a few episodes.
I don't
Really?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know everything about it or anything, but I've seen a lot of it. I like that show.
I like propane and propane accessories.
Who doesn't, man? Who doesn't?
We all do.
I watched a bunch of it growing up because it would come on in between episodes of The Simpsons. It would be an episode of The Simpsons, King of the Hill, and then Simpsons. So I always watched it just because I'm a Simpsons boy, and
Yeah.
how else was I going to get it? Come
Well,
on.
and you don't want to miss the beginning of The Simpsons, so
how-
you can't be away from the TV when
no,
it starts.
I have to
Exactly.
stay glued.
Yeah.
So I watched quite a bit growing up, and it's a show that has its moments for me, but I never really got super into it. But I will say they're doing a revival, which is wild, and I am actually kind of interested to see what that.
That
is
revival's
about,
been
yeah.
in the works for like 3 years now.
and it's
isn't it?
coming out this
Has
year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it actually
Yep.
coming out?
Yep.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, there's a podcast I listen to called Cartoons That Curse, and they do retrospectives and deep dives and interviews and stuff with any animated show that has curse words in it. Archer, Family Guy, Futurama, everything.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And they did a big expose on it when there was the leak that it might be happening, and
Yeah.
they threw a bunch of information out there, and then their podcast came out, and 2 days later, 80% of the information they speculated got confirmed.
Oh, that's
No
awesome.
And it was
That's
just
funny.
a really cool stroke of luck hearing these guys go, well, this is what we would want to see. And then all of a sudden, they get all the things on their list checked off. you
That's
know?
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
That is pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
It was very satisfying as somebody who wasn't a fan of the series, really, to see them and go, well, fuck yeah.
Yeah, they got it. They got that.
That's what I
Yeah.
got with Futurama, and I was super excited, you know?
So
Are you-
so basically, there's more King of the Hill coming.
Yeah.
There's-
Nice, dude.
Yeah, doc. And it's
Fuck yeah.
fuck yeah, dude. I don't know. I keep doing that. I stole that from you.
Fuck
it's
yeah,
it's
dude.
infectious, man.
It
I
is.
can't stop. But yeah, it's in real time. It is, I think, 15 years after like the show ended.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
So Bobby's gonna be like in his
Early
mid
20s?
20s or early to mid 20s.
No shit,
Hank and Peggy
okay.
are a little older. Like, yeah, it's gonna be whole new batches of stories.
No way.
Yeah, it's wild. It's
I
cool,
feel
it's cool
like-
stuff.
And
That's gonna make me emotional.
yeah, nobody will have died of cancer.
No,
Good.
no, definitely not.
No.
Especially not Dale.
No, there won't be
No,
any not
no,
returning
no.
cast members.
They got someone else to voice him, so at least he'll still be there. But,
Yeah.
And I think Johnny Greenwood, is that Dale's original voice actor, I think is his
I
name?
have no clue.
I want to say that I heard that he had recorded a handful of episodes worth of dialogue, so there'll be a little bit of him at the beginning, but yeah, it's going to be sad. Dale is the show for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dale's
Yeah.
he's the only character I can rememberly quote, you know?
He has so many just like lines that are just what the fuck,
Yeah.
incredible. Pocket sand.
That's
Yeah.
the
I mean,
number
come
one.
on, that's
Yeah.
it.
I don't know who I'd say my favorite character on the show was. If I had to just throw one out there, I'd probably say Boomhauer.
Boomhauer is pretty
Yeah,
great.
anytime I hear Boomhauer open his mouth, I'm like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how a lot of people used to feel about Stewie and Family Guy, and then after the years,
Yeah, and then he became like less British over time. And
less,
became just less Stewie.
yeah, he became more of the archetype of Stewie than
And
he was Stewie.
that's how a lot of shows are as they go on for 25 seasons, however long Family Guy's been around. The characters just become more of a stereotype of themselves. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flanderization, as they call it.
I think Meg is one of the only characters in that show that stayed true to who Meg was, and I think
She's-
that's really interesting.
She has also kind of evolved into where she is still the butt of the joke, but now she is also kind of in on it in
Yeah.
a way that is...
Well, that's what I
More
liked about
interesting,
early
yeah.
Meg is like early Meg knew she was the butt of the joke, but she just knew there was nothing she could do. And now
Right.
Meg knows there's something she could do, but
And
she
she leans
chooses
into it,
not
yeah,
to.
yeah.
She like holds it over their head like, you know I could change this, but
Yeah.
I let you keep living this way.
Did you guys ever see the first Family Guy movie? I forgot what the premises of the actual movie was, but I can remember that
premises.
I remember they did a lot of scenes where like Peter would be sitting in a director's chair and they'd be doing an interview with him and he'd be talking about doing scenes in the movie and shit. And ever since then, I kind of see the characters of Family Guy more as actors than cartoon characters.
funny.
Like
Is
I
this-
can just picture them
In a
being
chair,
on a studio
yeah.
and fucking whatever, you know.
Yeah, in a chair back set reading the script for today's episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
They did an episode exactly that, where it's the week that it takes them to shoot an episode, and it's kind of a behind the scenes kind of thing where
I do remember
I don't
that
think I've seen
episode
that.
because
Yeah.
Stewie is like an adult.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, like when he's not playing Stewie, he's like an actual person. in
Yeah.
that, and it's just
it has them at like the table reads, and Peter
Yeah.
is like an absolute monster to be around, and he's just screaming at all the pages and everything.
he does the M&M thing where somebody gives him M&Ms and he's like, I told you to remove all of the green and the red M&Ms, and he
no
throws the
shit.
M&M bowl and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to look for that.
Yeah, it's funny. You would like it.
Wait,
It's
what color is not in the M&Ms? Because that was the joke. Is he says the color that's never in them anyway?
Is it blue?
I think it might be blue, but whatever it is, I remember it being the color that's not in them, and then he throws the bowl.
so what is it? It's like red, yellow, brown, and
It's green. I think green is the one that's. Not
there
in
is a
there.
green M&M though. It's the sexy girl.
Yeah,
I
but
know,
I
I
think
was
that's
trying to-
only the mint ones.
I was
Oh, is
trying.
it?
I think it.
I was trying to think of like not an M&M color. Like what color is not an M&M?
Fuchsia.
Yeah,
Yeah, prove me wrong, bitch.
I can't.
Oh shit.
I would just go to Google and type in
Brown,
fuchsia
blue,
M&M.
brown, blue, red, orange, yellow, green are the colors there are.
Dude.
Okay. So there's no purple M&Ms.
Yeah, so must have been like purple and something. I just remember that when he said it, I was like, those aren't M&M
That's not even
colors.
M&M colors.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What is fuchsia? It's a pinkish, purplish color.
You want to Google Scarlet while you're at it?
Scarlet.
Do you not know what Scarlet is?
Isn't that like a red?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'm
almost
getting.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
it's
women.
dark red, right?
Johansson?
Yeah.
It is a red.
Yeah. Well done, man. you
Thanks,
know your
dude.
colors.
I do know that. I do
You
know,
know
my
what?
colors.
I know what I'm going to get you for your birthday.
A color wheel?
One that talks to you.
Nice, dude.
Like the little
Talking
speak and
color
say where
wheel.
you like turn the thing.
Yeah, you
and
turn
it's-
the thing and it says blue.
This color is red.
It's blue.
I would
This
love
color
that.
is right in between yellow and something else.
Yellow and red. It's
Yeah.
orange.
That's yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know colors.
fucking me either.
That's why I
apparently.
need the speak and say. Come on.
Before we get too far into this, before the podcast, we were chatting about Bioshock.
I was just thinking, like, what were we talking
I
about?
have a
before the
statement.
podcast?
You guys both said that Bioshock 2 is definitely the least memorable of the three. And I agree with you to a degree, but I also never played it, so that might be why for me.
Okay.
Sure.
But the trailer for Bioshock 2, where you're the guy in the Big Daddy suit and
The guy?
Well, yeah, because there's multiple of them, so you're like
You're the
that
first one, though,
Well, yeah,
dog.
no, but
You're
you
the
die.
first one.
No, but in that trailer, you die, and then it takes another one and kills you. You know, so like, yeah, we don't know if
It
it's
goes
that.
right through your
Yeah, we
fucking
don't know
chest,
if it
yeah.
is the guy. You know, but in that trailer, I just always have remembered that more than anything else from the Bioshock series is that trailer where you're trying to protect the little sister. And you're fighting off splicers, and then out of nowhere, another Big Daddy comes to take your little sister from you. And it's just
that drill right through the gut.
yeah, and
dude.
it comes out of nowhere, and it caught me so off guard because I've seen Big Daddies protecting little sisters.
Yeah.
I've dealt with that a ton. I've brutally murdered them repeatedly.
Well, as you do.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden at the end, there's a drill going through his stomach, and he's kind of whimpering, you know, and he's reaching out.
bitch.
Yeah, he's reaching out for the little sister. Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't remember all that on the trailer.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking deep, and that shit's not in the game. You don't play as another Big Daddy that gets killed by a Big Daddy, do you?
Yeah, you do.
You
do?
play as a Big Daddy.
Yeah,
I don't
you-
know if
you
you get
play as-
killed by one, though.
Yeah, because you fight big daddies. I mean,
Yeah, but are you
could
that-
get killed by them?
I mean,
Well,
like,
yeah,
is
but
there
I feel like-
like a cutscene part of the story where there's another Big Daddy that kills you.
Kills
Oh,
you
no.
and takes your little sister. I feel like that's probably a different Big Daddy, like a cinematic trailer. Because I feel
Probably.
a lot of those games have cinematic trailers that are not related at all to the game.
Hey, at some point, whenever we play that game, you'll find out for sure.
I know, and I'm really excited to. It's going to be a long time, but I'm very
Oh,
excited
that,
to.
that will be multiple years because
Yeah.
we still got to finish RE4 OG, and that's it's still going to take till the end of the year before we do that.
I've only got 17 minutes left of gameplay.
A year's worth
Yeah.
of footage.
Yeah, it'll be
17
another
minutes.
10 episodes.
It really will be like a year and a half before we play Bioshock 2, though.
Can I tell you guys a wacky story that happened to me the other day?
Of course.
So I am at Walmart. I'm buying some sweet ass groceries.
Hold on. Is this a super center? Or is this a grocery center?
I only go to super centers.
Okay, all right. That answers some of the quality.
Okay.
All my homies only fuck with super centers.
Only. There's a neighborhood market not that far away from me. I don't even look at
You
it.
drive right past.
I
it.
drive
It's
by
a
and I
super center.
actively turn away.
Yeah.
It doesn't even exist.
Yeah, it's
doesn't
on the
exist.
way that you take to get to the super center.
It would be closer.
Yeah.
It's actually much closer. But
Yeah.
I don't even look at it.
Fuck
Oh,
'em.
no.
Yeah. Not my house.
Peasants.
Not my goddamn house. So we do our shopping. We come out with a cartload of groceries, delicious food, the most delicious things you could think of. We fucking got it.
Oh yeah.
We're going through the parking lot, and there is a dude walking towards us. And I notice him, but I don't really think about it. Our car is on the other side of the road that we're on, so we turn and go to the other side. We're going up a little bit. We get to my lovely girlfriend's car. We pop open the hatch, and we're loading up our groceries. And suddenly, I hear, "Hey, man!" And I go, "Oh, God, someone's asking for money."
Somebody's initiating conversation, and it doesn't even matter what it's for.
Oh, not at
even
all.
if it's
Yeah.
not for money, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah,
dude.
honestly, come on. And so I turn around and I notice that it's the guy that I saw coming towards me, and I'm bracing myself to be like, "Nah, you can't have any money. Fuck
I'm
off, go
broke,
away."
I'm sorry,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, sorry. I need money. Can I
just
have some
spent-
from
yeah,
you,
we
please?
just spent all of our money on these groceries.
Yeah, every single penny. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, you got a problem with me?" And I was like, "No, what's going on, man?" And he's like, "Well, I saw you walking towards me and you turned away. I saw that look you gave me. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have a problem. Is there going to be an issue here?" And I was like, "Oh, no, man, I wasn't even looking at you. Sorry, buddy."
We
And
were
he-
going to our car.
yeah. Well, I was like, I honestly didn't even really notice you. Are you good? Everything okay? And he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to make sure. I've got a lot of enemies here in town. A lot of people don't like me, and I just wanted to make sure that we were cool and nothing was going to happen."
What the fuck?
Right? And I was
What a weirdo.
Hold on.
strange.
Hold on. Was this dude dressed like in a nice suit or something, like he was from the mob?
He had on a basketball jersey and
So not from the mob.
jeans.
Not from the mob, no.
Basketball
Okay.
jersey, jeans.
Okay, so
I think
not-
he might have had a hat.
Okay.
And I am dumbstruck. And just looking at him, I'm like, okay, this guy is obviously looking for a confrontation. I'm going to try and diffuse it as best I can. I have my fucking girlfriend here with me as we're loading groceries into
Yeah.
a car. And I was like, "Oh no, man! I promise. No, we're all good. We're all good. You know, are you okay? What's going on?" I try and like really, lay it on thick, and he's like, oh, no, I'm good. And I was like, okay, man, hey, you know what? We're cool. Have a blessed day, man. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, you be safe out there.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is looking out for you.
100% on your shoulder right now.
Yeah,
He's
right
got
now,
you.
I see the angel wings. I
Yeah.
see them right above your head right now, man. And it's not because somebody's coming for you and you're about to go to heaven. No, it's not.
No, you'd be going the other way, I'm sure.
Yeah, no,
Call
for
the
sure.
ambulance, but not for me.
And so he kind of like takes that and runs with it, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. And he kind of like turns and starts to walk away. And as he's walking away, I'm still loading stuff up in the car, but I'm keeping my eye on him just to make sure that we are, in fact, cool.
Yeah.
And I see him kind of like...
You just got to make sure that he's got the blood of Christ on him, you know?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
All over him,
Excellent.
dripping.
Excellent.
All over the face. And he kind of takes a little peek back at me, and then he keeps going, and I'm like, okay, let's get in the fucking
Let's get the
car,
fuck out of here
and
right
let's
now.
go before he changes his mind and goes off to fucking crazy town. And so I see him walking up towards the front, towards the doors, and I'm like, cool. He decided that I wasn't going to be a problem for him, and he's going to go in and do whatever shopping he needs to do and probably accost someone else on his day. We get in the car and we drive the opposite way out towards the end of the parking lot. We take a right, and suddenly this motherfucker is over at the end of the parking lot talking to some girl outside of her car.
Doing the same shit?
I am sure doing the same
Yeah.
thing.
He
And
probably saw her walking and followed her to her car, too.
I
the same way he did you.
guarantee. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to murder this poor woman.
What the fuck, man? People are
So
weird.
strange. And there was a small part of me that was like, man, we should probably pull over and make sure that she's okay. But I was like,
I don't want to get in the middle of this.
Not getting in the middle of that. I'm sure she's fine. And I'm sure to this day she is sleeping well in her bed and not in someone's basement. But
Or
yeah.
splattered on the concrete in that parking lot.
Oh, dear God. Sweet Jesus.
That's some shit, man.
Strange.
People are fucking, yeah.
So strange.
It sounds like some kind of drug-induced thing, but
Some
I'm assuming,
paranoia of some kind.
It's
Yeah.
also totally possible that he's got schizophrenia.
Yeah,
That
absolutely,
is
very
something that
possible.
happens to people.
Absolutely.
Or believe it or not, maybe he's got a lot of enemies in town.
He's
Maybe he's made a lot of enemies.
got ops.
He's
I'm
got ops,
gonna
dog.
keep it real with you, bro. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, the whole drive home, we were like, man, this guy just wanted trouble. He just absolutely was
he's-
looking for an
he's
issue.
looking for ops. He's not
Yeah.
looking for his ops. He's just looking for ops in general.
He just wanted to fucking start a fight and
Yeah.
wanted the thinnest of reasons so he could just like take a swing at someone.
He said, "You know what? I don't have any opposition. I'm gonna find some."
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get some.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna get some.
where the ops at?
Man, Brooke and I went to Walmart one time and we parked and got
Oh,
out.
shit,
we
no
were,
way?
We were walking up to the
Is it the
store.
same one I went to? Neighborhood
Probably,
Market?
Probably.
Dude, for real?
No, you
We
didn't
don't-
go to the neighborhood market.
Yeah, we don't
You
fuck with
didn't
those.
go to the neighborhood market. It was
Yeah,
the
but you
supermarket.
said it was, you
No,
dumb bitch.
I said probably. I didn't say it was. But anyway, we walk up to the store, and as we're walking up, there's a lady getting kicked out, and she's screaming,
shit.
"Fuck you, motherfuckers! You're all going to hell!" and blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards. And I was just like, "Damn, dude, we should have shown up 2 minutes earlier so we can see what the fuck was happening."
Yeah, I also.
Did you hang out and see what happened in the parking lot as she was like leaving?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
As we were walking into the store, we kind of saw enough of it, you know.
Yeah,
but
you got your fill. You got
yeah,
the taste.
yeah. I wish we did show up.
No, they
fucking
didn't want to
2
be
minutes
out
earlier.
in the parking lot with her when there wasn't a group of people to keep them not the target.
Right.
See, the last thing you want to do is hang out with the crazy person after they don't get their way.
Yeah, right.
Because once everyone else leaves, they're looking for someone.
They're looking for
You
someone.
know?
That
That's
shit
some-
is coming out.
Yeah,
They're
saying
gonna
that
take that
somebody
anger
might
out.
just be the donation bin outside of the GameStop, but they're looking for somebody. You know?
They're gonna get it. God damn it.
Yeah, I also have a crazy Walmart story. The other night,
Oh, please.
yeah, this is actually last week on Friday night. Significant other was out of town, so it was me. Of course, you know how it be. Had to go grab some groceries. Had to get some of that garlic bread.
Yo,
So
boy.
I went to the Super Center, of course.
Absolutely.
All my homies hate Garden Variety.
All of
Come
them.
on.
Yeah, or Garden Center, whatever. Anyway, fucking,
Neighborhood
yeah,
market.
that's the one.
He hates it so much he doesn't even know the name of it.
Dude, I don't give that shit any thought.
No,
out
please.
of sight, out of mind, bro.
Please
I don't
don't.
even look when I drive by. I look the other way.
Please.
Just like
Either way.
Jake. Just
Yeah,
like all my
oh,
other
boy.
homies.
Dude, Rex all the time because I'm not even looking at the road.
100% of the time.
worth it. It's
Yeah,
worth
you
it.
might as well just be wearing a helmet. But anyway, it's like I want to say it was like 9:45. It was not super close to close, but it was pretty close to close.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So I
when
mean,
the crazies come out, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I get there. I get in. I got one headphone in because you always keep one out.
Always. If you're out in public,
Yep. Always keep one headphone out because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I don't really wear headphones out in public.
All right, then stay out of this.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That made me laugh a lot. Anyway, so I get in there. I've got one headphone in, right? I cross by the bakery, and there's, of course, red velvet cake over there. So I have to stop, and I have to look, because who doesn't? You know, I mean, red velvet cake.
Did you get it?
Absolutely not. No, I'm
Okay.
watching
You're
my
strong.
figure.
You're strong.
I'm watching
Okay.
my figure.
I
I have to
appreciate that.
look. Looking is what gives me the power not to buy.
Yep.
Because I need to go over there, and I need to know that I can look at it and go, not today. You know
eat
what
it
I mean?
with your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Not with your mouth.
Nope.
Yep.
I felt it, though.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah, so I made my way down to the freezer section, which is actually like 2 aisles over from where the bakery is, so very
course.
close. I get in there, I get my garlic bread, get over to checkout, pay for my garlic bread.
You just went for garlic bread, nothing more.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those purpose-built shoppers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't
Efficient.
wander. Yeah, I don't wander. My significant other absolutely hates that about me. When I go in with a list of things, I go to those areas and I get that thing and I go.
Oh, dude, if I'm by myself, I'm like speed walking and
Same,
shit.
yeah. I like. That's why I have the headphone in. I have it in one side, so if somebody tries to talk to me, I can turn and look so they can see it and go, and pretend like I didn't hear them.
Not
That's
today.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I get to self checkout because I'm an adult, you know.
Come on.
To run through self checkout, it was like $4.75 or something for like 6 pieces of garlic bread, which is wild, absolutely absurd.
Crazy
prices
times we
these
live
days.
in.
I
man.
know.
Crazy times.
Get my garlic bread, get back out into the parking lot, get in my car, I start it, and I go home.
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
I know.
That's
nuts.
crazy.
I know. Yeah.
People are
Man.
fucking weird,
Exactly.
Wow.
My thoughts exactly,
Wow.
right? Yeah, and I
Hey.
came right home, sped out of that parking lot.
You gonna be okay, man?
Did you call the police or anything?
I thought.
You thought?
thought about it?
Did you have your gun with you?
Oh, of course I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Hand on it, ready
Right
to
on
go.
the hip. No, I didn't want
okay.
them to know I had it.
Oh, okay, that's
You know.
smart. That's
Yeah.
smart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my crazy Walmart story from
Wow.
last week.
Very nice.
Dude,
Thank
That's knuck and futz, man.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad we all had a Walmart story
Yeah.
to share.
Yeah, and I used that garlic bread to come home and I made sandwiches out of it.
I bet it was. What kind of sandwiches?
I just made a grilled cheese sandwich with garlic bread.
Ooh.
It doesn't sound all that good,
Okay,
but it's
no.
fucking fire.
Do you
I
put
got you, man.
Do you put the garlic side on the inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside. Okay.
Inside, because I already butter the outside, because you butter it when you're making the bread. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So I make garlic bread, you just don't make it to its full crispiness yet, and then you just get some cheese. I normally use Colby Jack and American cheese, 1 slice each.
Oh, okay.
You gotta, well,
With the Colby, I'm with you all day on
yeah.
that Colby.
So the Colby doesn't melt. It melts like thicker and stringier. So
Yeah.
the American cheese kind of melts over the top of it and keeps
American
it in the
melts
center there.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice because
yeah.
it kind of binds that like Colby Jack to the middle of the sandwich.
Right.
It's some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just
Respect.
make your grilled cheese and you dip it in whatever you want to dip it in. Whether you got your tomato sauce
or your mustard, what
Yeah.
have you? Yeah.
yeah, or if you're a freak, you can dip it in mayonnaise.
Dude.
I have done
I
that,
would never-
but I am definitely a grilled cheese and tomato soup kind of guy.
I actually love dipping my grilled cheese in barbecue sauce.
Barbecue?
Just a little bit, not a lot. But just like kind of tap it in some barbecue sauce.
I can
Never tried that.
I will literally put barbecue sauce on anything.
Fucking
Yeah.
same, dude.
Anything.
Same, yeah.
You guys are barbecue sluts, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Connoisseur, dog.
I am a
Yeah.
slut for some Billy Sims mild sauce.
Yeah.
That shit, I'll put it on anything.
I like.
Do you ever go spicy?
I do. I
Okay,
do. I just
okay,
don't put it
okay.
on. I don't put spicy on everything though. I'll put
Okay.
the mild on everything.
Okay.
I put
I
the
like-
spicy on my barbecue.
Are you guys? I almost said you guys. Kiba, are you watching Andor?
I am not yet.
Are you gonna wait for it to?
I
end?
am. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to end and then I'm
Well, it
gonna sit
already
down.
did. So
Did it really?
Yeah, last night.
Oh,
It was
shit.
over. Yeah, season finale was last night. Sorry,
Yo,
series
hold on.
finale.
Did you see it?
No, fuck no. I never watched the first
Oh,
season.
okay.
I was just curious if it was good. I wanted to know
Yeah,
your
I know.
opinion.
I was
You
gonna
say
wait
you
for.
never watched the first season.
Yeah.
Of Andor?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Just that one show.
Well, yeah, that's what he asked me about if I'd seen Andor.
What? I'm sorry. What were you?
Yeah, what did you
confused
think?
I
about?
thought you had said you never watched the first season, as in like
Of any show ever?
you've ever watched, you've never
Dog,
watched the
I started
first
with season
season. I was
2.
kind of like, why?
That was season 2. First season, they're still working out the kinks. Season
I
2,
know
baby.
there are people out there that behave that way though.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And I
Yeah, and they
get
can
it.
go to hell. They
and
honestly can,
listen,
yeah.
I get it though, because there are some series that at least the pilot is rough. There are some series
lot,
where
yeah.
season 1 doesn't kick off till episode 2.
Yeah.
I feel like
You know?
Game of Thrones was that way.
Game of Thrones, The Office.
Oh, first episode of Game of Thrones was good.
I watched most of the first season of Game of Thrones, and I just couldn't get into it.
I watched
man.
I feel like I watched 4 whole episodes, which I don't even know if that's most of the first season. That might not even be half.
I think it's 10 episodes.
Yeah, I watched, I think, 4 full episodes, and I just didn't click with it.
Game of Thrones, really?
I'm going to, at some point, though, watch the entire thing because I feel like it's important for the culture.
I really like Game of Thrones. Even with the
new one? The new House of Dragon?
Oh, I never watched that
No?
one, no.
I've heard it's garbage.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I have some friends that really like it, but I don't know. Maybe their taste sucks.
I don't know. Maybe the people I heard that opinion from's taste sucks. I haven't watched the original series, so I have no barometer for this.
I really like the original series, even with the kind of crappy ending it has. I honestly was pretty okay with the ending. I
Dude,
wasn't
what
as
about
upset.
the Red Wedding?
Red Wedding's great.
Yeah,
dude.
everybody loved the Red Wedding,
Yeah,
right?
fuck yeah. That's season 3. That's way early on, though.
That's way before the end? I didn't know it was
way
that far
before,
the
yeah.
end.
Way before.
I just
yeah.
remember that Rooster Teeth podcast that Markiplier came on, and Bernie, Markiplier, Barbara, and Gus just talked about the Red Wedding for 2 goddamn hours, and I didn't know anything that they were talking about.
It's unbelievable.
Did they
yeah.
really?
Yeah, I did not understand a word they said that whole podcast.
Yeah.
I'd have been bummed out about that.
I was there for Markiplier and Bernie, though, so I was still going to watch it.
That's what I'm saying. I would have shown up and listened to it because these people that I liked are on it, but then they're talking about shit that I don't care about.
Don't
so
get
I'd
me
have
wrong.
been like,
They were still funny, and they got some laughs out of me, but I can't tell you if they were laughs because I thought it was funny or because we all laughed.
yeah.
Hey, those guys I like are laughing. I'm gonna laugh.
Yo,
too.
that was a funny delivery. I know that was supposed to be funny.
Speaking of things that are incredible, should we start talking about our favorite games of all time?
Oh my god,
Sure.
yes. And might I make a request?
Please.
Can he go first?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
So we are here. I said it at the top of the show, but I'm going to reiterate. This is 100% the 9 greatest games to ever exist. I can promise you that. So fucking buckle up. Here we go. We are going to round robin it and talk about our favorite games of all time, starting with our number 3 pick. And I believe Connor is dying to go first. So
I am.
He was so
I
ready.
am.
Connor was so unbelievably prepared for this
I'm
game.
the most ready one here.
I sent a message the other day and was like, hey, make sure you have your 3 games ready. And he was like, dude, fucking done. It's already done. dude.
Done,
I'm not going to forget about it at all.
Done.
Done. Locked and loaded, dog. So, number 3 greatest game of all time. Connor, what do you got?
Number 3,
Number 3.
I would say Guitar Hero.
Yo!
I spent so
really?
much fucking time playing Guitar Hero. I used to swear that I was the best player in the state of Florida.
Yeah,
I
everybody
feel
said
like
that.
I have spent more time playing Guitar Hero with my friends more than any other game that I've ever played with my friends. And I've found bands that I never would have found before because of this game, and listened to music that I never would have listened to before because of this game. I just fucking love Guitar Hero, man. It speaks to my heart. Even thinking about it right now, I've got the biggest, stupidest smile
Yeah,
on my
it is
face.
true.
And shit.
It is
I
true.
just
It is a
love
massive
it.
Every time he talks about it, he fucking giggles.
I do, man.
Like a
they
little
made
girl.
They made a PC version of it, basically called Clone Hero, and it's like a community-made game. And I want to get my hands on one of the wired Xbox 360 Explorer guitars because they just plug right into a computer through a USB, and it is like the most reactive guitar you can use for it.
And they're actually really comfortable. I've gotten to
Yeah.
fuck around with one. They're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're you can literally connect it to anything, can't you?
Yeah,
It's
as long as
USB,
it's got a
yeah.
USB
Yeah,
port,
yeah.
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 I used to have one down in Florida, and I don't know whatever happened to it, but
Those
I've asked
things-
my mom, can you look for that? And if you find it, will you send it to me?
Those things go for stupid amounts of money.
About 100 to 150, depending on where you look for
Or
'em.
even more than that.
Yeah.
I've seen those and like the Rock Band drum sets and stuff go for crazy amounts of money.
I actually found a guy on Instagram pretty recently who makes like custom guitars that are custom Guitar Hero guitars essentially, and basically you have an option to make it wireless or with a cord, and I wonder if the one with the cord would be just as good as the Xbox 360 version.
I'm sure.
I feel like it would.
Yeah,
I
you
don't see
think
why
so?
it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Is there a specific Guitar Hero that really speaks to you?
The first one I ever played was 2, and played that one with my cousin and my buddy Adam down in Florida, and that's the one that opened my eyes to it, and I really grew to love it. But then 3, I would say, is the one that I played the most of and had some of the most iconic songs on it.
I feel like 3 is the one that I also played the most of and have the fondest memories of.
Yeah.
I remember being a very young lad, and there was a GameStop somewhat close to where I used to live, And I remember going into that GameStop, and they had the big like demo setup with the actual guitar, and you could go up. And I remember going in, and they only had 5 songs you could play.
Yeah.
And I stood in that Guitar Center in that GameStop for hours playing those same 5 songs over and over and over and over. And
Man,
fucking loved it. I went and saved up my money just so I could go and buy one.
Mm-hmm. My buddy Adam and I and a couple of our other friends, we would drive to Best Buy because they had a big TV with a Guitar Hero demo up there for a little bit. And I wouldn't say we spent hours up there, but we probably spent an hour, sometimes 2, just playing the same 5 songs over and over again.
That is hours.
I
mean, yeah, I guess
2 hours is hours.
It was usually closer to like an hour, though.
Yeah, I absolutely love Guitar Hero. I got super into Rock Band 4 because Rock Band Guitar Hero like died out for a handful of years, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I want to say almost a decade.
And then they brought it back with Rock Band 4 and Guitar Hero World Tour. Is that what it was? And I bought the big Rock Band 4 set with all the stuff, and I played the absolute shit out of it. I bought an ass load of songs. It was so much fun. It was like this big nostalgia just spike. Dopamine all the way up.
I had the first Rock Band game, and I had the whole setup with the guitar, the drums, all that. And then when World Tour came out for Guitar Hero, I also got the whole kit for that. And I just slayed those drums, man. I had sex with those things every day.
I bet you did.
I did.
That's nasty, man. That's nasty.
Yeah. Well,
loved it.
Kiba?
Is it me next?
Yeah, baby. Number 3.
Well, hold on. 3? We're going 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
3 to 1? Oh, shit. Well, hold on.
Man. You got to start at the lowest and work your way up. We got to tease.
My lowest is tied between Bioshock and Metal Gear Solid 3.
Interesting.
And I think Metal Gear Solid 3 kind of pulls ahead.
I was about to say, I feel like knowing you, it's got to be Metal Gear.
The mechanics, the day and night stuff, the fact that you can wait for bosses to die. You can pause your game and not play for 2 weeks and come back, and the boss will die of old age.
That is kind of cool.
It is wild.
You can poison bosses before their boss fight. There are cutscenes where you can kill bosses early if you shoot them in time. You can poison enemies so that way they'll fall asleep or they'll get the shits and they'll be stuck in the bathroom. You can get on the radio and pretend to be a soldier to get rid of alerts. You can hide in cardboard boxes. You can change the literal history of the game by doing things, you know?
There are a lot of mechanics in that game that you don't see in very many others.
You don't see them in anything.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, that's
Adaptive
the power
camouflage.
It's the power of Kojima, man.
Yeah.
The guy was on a whole other
level.
level.
He was miles and miles ahead of the people around him at the time and years ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Even now, those games are still kind of ahead of where we're at. Because we're just now getting to the level where we're seeing immersive sims that even touch the place that Metal Gear Solid 3 left off.
Like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these games are calling themselves immersive sims, and they still don't have camouflage applicators or anything like that to make sure you blend in with the environment accurately, the way Metal Gear Solid 3 did. And I like stuff like that. I like that it's a game that makes you think 100% of the way.
Are you super pumped for Delta?
So fucking hyped.
Is that a new Metal Gear coming out?
It's a Metal Gear Solid 3 remaster / remake. It's
Okay.
really a remake.
I was gonna say, I think it's like a full-on remake.
Yeah, it's a remake, but it follows the same storyline identically. It just changes some of the placements of some of the map items and stuff. So I think it is a remake, but I'm super hyped. Yeah.
I had a friend down in Florida that loved the Metal Gear series, and I watched him play a couple of them. I couldn't tell you which ones they were. I remember one of them, like the very last boss battle where you were like in the ocean with a boat, and you fought this giant robot off the side of the boat.
Is it
or
the
something.
Metal Gear?
That's Metal Gear Solid 4 against the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 has the Shagohod fight in the jungle. 2 has the boss fight in the ocean, or not the boss fight that ends by killing the president in New York City. 1 ends in Alaska with a boss fight with a giant mech.
I'd kind of like to play one of the Metal Gears. I feel like as of right this second, I would probably most like to play the remake when it comes out.
I was going to say, honestly,
updated and everything.
I was going to say, for someone who doesn't have the nostalgia goggles and someone who has never got into it, I would wait for Delta.
My advice would still be the original 3, because those mechanics haven't aged a day. The graphics aren't the best, but the game plays really good. The controls are super accurate and really well done. The graphics are not bad, and it's just a game that you have the resources for help.
Can you play any of them on PC?
Yeah, you've
Like all of
been
them,
you've been here
except
when
for 4.
we did a video where we
Oh,
played.
yeah, I guess you're right.
on
Yeah, we
PC.
did. I mean, I guess what I really meant by that is, are you able to play it with a mouse and keyboard, or is
Yeah,
it one of those
I think
things
so.
where you download it and you have to use a controller?
I think you can do mouse and keyboard, but I'll have to
Hey,
check.
Connor, why don't you grow up, man? Use a controller.
I like mouse and keyboard, dude.
Yeah, but play the game the way it was built to be played. Respect the developers.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck Kojima.
Yeah, fuck him.
Wow, you're the first person who's ever said that.
And that's why there's not a second Hollow Knight.
Not yet. Not yet.
And I
right?
hope
It's
it
never coming out.
And I hope it fucking keeps you awake at night, you son of a bitch.
It doesn't, but I do want it. I want it so bad.
My number 3 greatest game of all time, Control.
I knew it. I was guessing that was going to be number 2.
I also knew it.
I bet you did.
I didn't.
Yeah, bet you
I
did.
really was guessing that was going to be your second favorite
Really?
game, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I adore Control. I think it is unbelievable what they were able to do. I'm a big Remedy fan already. The games that they've put out. I mean, I played Alan Wake back when it came out, and I liked it fine. It was good. Then they had like Quantum Break. I really liked Quantum Break.
was big for them. That was their
Yeah.
first that was a release game, wasn't it? With the Xbox Series X, didn't Quantum Break come out at launch?
The Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Xbox One, yeah, I believe
I'm
so.
pretty sure that was a launch game because I remember people were talking about that
Yeah,
game.
yeah, I really like Quantum Break, and then Control is fantastic. Even the early Remedy stuff with like Max Payne is all good too. But I'm a huge fan of theirs, and Control I feel like is they have taken
The magnum opus.
It's 20 years of just everything and crammed it into this unbelievable game. The way that they blend gameplay with live action footage and really interesting gameplay mechanics and a wonderful story. It is the only game I have ever played where all of the notes and stuff in the environment I actually read start to finish because it was so engrossing.
Well, it's an SCP story.
But 100%, that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, and that's what's so wonderful about it is, much like every other SCP story, they don't tell you anything.
They are able to
it's
get
all
away with a
inference.
lot.
It's
Yeah.
all inference. So
Yeah.
when you play it, you get to come up with the story that fits you the best. And I think that's why so many people like that kind of storytelling.
For anyone who doesn't know, you play as Jessie, a girl, and she finds the oldest house. It is the base of control for this shadowy kind of group that goes around and finds these big air quotes magical artifacts and stuff that have these weird properties about them.
Am I
And,
correct in saying that the house can take you anywhere, right?
it has the ability to like move, like the hallways move around, and you can like kind of get lost within it. And there are these kind of portal area kind of things you can take to kind of go places throughout the universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of this.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's on Game Pass. You honestly should
Really?
play it. It's fantastic.
No, you shouldn't play it because we'll be playing it at some point. So don't.
Okay.
But the whole thing is that she's trying to find her brother, and that she is led to this place to try and find her brother. And the way that the story unfolds is fantastic. There is also a wonderful way that they kind of tie in all of their games through this mechanism of the oldest house. Like there's a huge tie-in to Alan Wake
I was about to
through
say,
it.
the Alan Wake. I don't want to call it an Easter egg because it's not. It's actually a story element. The Alan Wake story element was really cool.
Very cool.
I
Very
can't say
cool.
anything else about it because I want people to experience it. The first time I saw it was through watching other people's YouTube videos of it, and I wish I had not done that.
There is a moment where I was playing it, and I didn't know anything about that. And there was like a little newspaper article I found, and it talked about, is it Blight Falls? Is that the name of?
Yeah, Blight Falls.
And as I was reading, I was like, oh, that sounds familiar. And then
Very
as I found like
familiar.
another one that was talking about the same incident, I was like, that's fucking Alan Wake. They're
Yeah.
talking about Alan Wake here.
They talk about the police officer, and they talk about the writer.
Yeah. It's super, super cool.
See, I never played any of the Alan Wake games either.
Yeah, Control. I really think it's good. It's a little on the longer side. I think it's a game that I perfected. I got every single thing. I did everything in there, and it was probably 80 hours.
I think if you just play the story, it's only like 16 hours.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think if
Maybe.
you just mainline it.
I will say there is a sequence near the end of the game called the Ashtray Maze that is worth the price of admission alone. It is fucking awesome. It is so goddamn rad. I think even if you didn't like the rest of the game, just playing through that segment, you would just be like dumbfounded how fucking just cool it is. But yeah, Control. That is the number 3 pick for me.
That's Jake's third.
Connor, what do you got? Number 2.
I was going to say, let me check that out at the end of the night, whatever. But I guess I'm not going to if we're doing it for the...
I feel like that would be one of the few games we would play seriously on the channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we would be mainlining the story, but we would still be playing it seriously.
Yeah.
Do you care if I look up a trailer?
No, of course. You can look up whatever.
Shit.
Just don't spoil the plot twist. So don't, like, watch somebody do a full playthrough of the game or anything, you know?
So, my turn again?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's number
baby.
2.
I would say that my number 2 entry for this is the Fable series.
Ooh.
Which Fable, though? Because you can't put a
I guess
series.
specifically the first one.
Really?
First.
Yeah,
Fable one?
I would say so. I
thought you
remember
would pick 3.
I did too. Yeah.
when I was younger, I lived in Florida. I had a cousin, and I looked up to my cousin more than most other people on the planet. He was my positive male role model growing up. And at some point, I heard him just mention that he was excited to play this game called Fable. I didn't. That was the very first time I had ever heard of it. And I just thought, oh, my cousin's cool. He thinks this game's going to be cool. This shit's going to be cool. I'm going to play it when it comes out. And then it came out, and I fucking was stoked about it because, again, I thought my cousin was cool. Thought he was, But I loved the game myself. It was my first real experience for, like, RPGs in the sense of, like, magic and swords and armor and all that shit. And so I thought that was fun. It was the first game I ever played that had a morality system with physical changes to your character with either direction that you went.
I will
And
go so
thought
far as to
that
say it is one of the first games to ever do that. I
Yeah.
mean, it was big. I mean,
I thought-
that was the whole thing, was the morality system of being good or evil and having those choices. That
And I
was
think it's one of the only ever to do the visual changes in your appearance
to
based
make
on
you
your
look
morality.
more evil if you're, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the only other example I can think of would be Knights of the Old Republic.
I think The Witcher does.
Does it?
Does it not?
The Witcher, I don't
No.
think so. But I mean, there's a lot of games that have done morality. I mean, like Mass Effect has done it.
Yeah,
Even on a
yeah.
smaller
Well,
scale, the
I'm just
Fallout
thinking of like
games have.
ones that change your physical appearance with your morality. I can't.
Oh,
think
I
of-
don't think
yeah.
The Witcher does. I think you were him the whole
Yeah.
time. I don't think you're ever really changing The Witcher.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, I
if
can't
you,
think of anything else that changes your appearance with morality. Then
Yeah.
if you go evil, your skin turns like white and gray, and it
You've got
cracks, and you got
wrinkly and shit.
horns,
I was gonna say, yeah, don't you get
red
horns
smoke,
and stuff? Yeah.
red smoke coming out of the
your
ground,
skin
and
looks
then,
gross as shit.
Yeah, and then if you go full good, you've got like the halo. Your skin looks healthy. You've got like blue shit hovering around you with like butterflies and stuff. And I just thought that was so badass. And then even to the little aspects of it, like just the whimsical jokes and the silly accent that they use throughout the game and whatever. I just fucking loved everything about that game, man. The one thing I would say I didn't love so much about it was the prison stage of the game where you go to jail and you spend some time there and you have to sneak around, and then there's the spot where you're like in a room with the person who runs the prison, and you have to sneak around and grab a key, and if you don't get it the first try, you have to totally redo the whole prison thing. And I just thought that was a pain in the ass. But
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
but still, Fable, fucking
older
cool ass
games.
game, man.
Older games, they all have that spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They all
absolutely.
have that spot.
Yeah. How hyped are you for the new Fable?
Oh god, dude, I'm hard right now thinking about it.
I bet. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play that.
Because Fable 1, 2, and 3, the originals, it's not a continuous story, right? It's just separate stories with
I
a
think
different character.
so.
It's kind of Final Fantasy-esque,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
same
I think
universe,
you're right.
just different people.
Yeah.
Going on a
Yeah.
different... Yeah.
All different heroes.
Because I believe the new Fable is supposed to be that same thing. I don't think it's supposed to tie into the originals at all.
No.
I mean, there might be
I think
Easter eggs or
there's-
callbacks to it or something.
I was about to say, I think there are mentions to older heroes in the newer games and stuff, but
Yeah,
that
I think
would
there's
be
just
closest to it.
offhand mentions.
Yeah.
Or like in the third game, there's these ruins that you find, and you find out that it is the basically a place from the first game.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's exciting. Mr. Kiba.
Halo Reach. I'm
Number
just gonna lay it
2.
on you. Number 2 is Halo Reach.
Hell yeah!
Absolutely, without the shadow of a doubt. The story in that game and the atmosphere in that game are breathtaking. I love Halo Reach's aesthetic. I love the vibe of it. I love working with Noble Team. I like that you get to experience more Spartans working in a cooperative environment, and you get to see the kind of dominating force they were.
After so many games of being the guy, to then have a team of the guys was super,
Yeah.
super cool.
And
Yeah.
to see that, yeah, they are all the guy too.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single one of them also the fucking guy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like, man, it's just so good. The story made me cry. I know I was only like 14, but I cried.
Yeah.
Dude, when they said survive, and I thought, fuck yeah, and I started fighting, And then I kept fighting. And then I kept fighting. And then that first crack appeared on my helmet, and I went, what the fuck?
Wait.
And then I kept fighting, and I kept fighting, and then I died, and that was it.
And that was it.
And
the end of the
I
game?
Yeah. The last mission is survive, and you can't. It's an endless
go
horde of
until
the
you
Covenant
die.
that are invading Reach, and you just play that mission until you die. And then the last cutscene is a zoom out of your helmet while they're glassing the planet in the background, so you see your cracked helmet on the ground as they're destroying the planet you were there to defend.
No shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. One of the greatest endings I've ever played. Yeah.
And it's so out of nowhere because you're winning. Like, the Spartans are starting to get a hand up, and then all of a sudden, more ships show up, and they realize, oh no, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. We need to hold them off so that people can evacuate, and that's just it. And they just decide, okay, we're going to die here together. That's it.
Well, all the other
there's
members
only-
of
there's only
Noble
two
Team,
left.
I was going to say, are dead, except for you and I think one other person
Yeah,
at that
there's
point,
there's
right?
3 left. There's 2 on planet, and 1 goes with Halsey up to the ship with Master Chief.
Yeah.
And he's the sniper. I can't fucking remember his name. But, yeah, so there's 2 of you that are there. 1 of you goes off to the orbital platform, and then there's you there who's trying to hold them off. And it's pretty...
Taking them all on.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, I love Reach. I think, just for honestly nostalgia's sake, I think 1 is still probably my favorite, just because it's the one that I played
Oh, I get
the
it.
most.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
a lot of people's favorite. For me, Reach was just the first one that made me feel like I was the protagonist.
Yeah.
Because you're the Master Chief in every other game, but you're Noble 6 in Halo Reach, and Noble 6 doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a voice. He doesn't have anything besides you. So I was really attached to that character, you know?
I also really liked the introduction of like the space battles.
Me
And
too.
being able to do that, there's
And they
a
were
couple
so good.
missions
There's
where,
two-
yeah, you
there's
have the
two
big,
missions.
the big
You-
like dogfight out in space.
Yeah, you're invading that Covenant ship so that
Yeah.
you can drop a nuke in it, and that's spoiler when Emil depressurizes his suit because he gets shot,
Yeah.
and he throws you out. He just picks you up and tosses you out of the ship.
Fuck yeah, man.
There's literally a
Fuck
scene
yeah.
where your buddy's his suit is fucked up, so he can't go out into space, and he says, "All right, one of us has to go," and he just picks you up, walks you to the force field, and throws you out into space and says goodbye.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, he just decides, all right, I'm going to take this L because I know I can't get back anyway. We don't have time to find a ship to fly me back, so you're getting the fuck out of here.
See ya. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Very
one of the-
honorable.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say
they're
they're
called
all
Noble
the
Team,
guy.
dog.
Yeah, they are. But that's what I mean. They are all the guy. Those
Yeah.
are the same sacrifices Chief would have made and tried to over and over again, but the world
still
just won't
can't.
let him die.
He
They
still
just
can't
will not let him
sacrifice.
die.
He's still going.
He fucking sucks at killing himself.
What?
Yeah, he
No
should get
shit.
better.
Yeah.
My number 2 greatest game of all time, XCOM 2.
Really?
XCOM 2.
I should have guessed. We were just chatting about that the other day.
The 2 things that I hate most in games, menus and stats.
That's all that
Baby,
game
that's all this game is.
That's
all
it,
this fucking
baby.
game is. And that is honestly my least favorite part of the game. It is the actual missions that you go on that are so fucking cool. I love the tactic element of it where you've got a squad of 4, and as you progress throughout the story, you get 6, and you can set it up however you want. If you want to split it off into 2 teams of 3 and kind of just make your way around, or if you want to keep it as your whole team of 6, the amount of gameplay that it affords you to just do is beyond your imagination. You can do almost anything you want. The amount of archetypes that you have throughout your team affords so many different play styles where you can have a team of snipers and still have it be viable, or you can have a fully blended team of so many different kinds, or it is just mind-blowing. And the amount of items that you can load your class up with to have heals or mimics or beacons to distract.
Well, and you can specialize in stuff.
absolutely
you can
can.
totally do a team that's mostly one thing, and if
Yeah.
you plan it right and specialize it, you can still knock the fuck out of a mission.
Easily.
Yeah, and that's I think what caught a lot of people about that game. Not necessarily myself, but one of the things that I always
Yeah.
saw was everybody I watched play it played it differently.
Yeah, and
not
that's
a
what's so great.
single person played with the same character group, the same stats, nothing.
The first one, XCOM Enemy Unknown, I also really loved, and then the sequel to that, Enemy Within, was also good. But yeah, XCOM 2 just blows them away. The amount of just kind of emergent storylines that come up whenever you play it, you can, name all your soldiers, and you can have them be certain people, and you can go in and like customize how they look. And whenever that soldier dies, they're done. They're done and over with. How much ever you've leveled them, tough shit, they're gone.
Yep.
No
And
shit,
so
really?
It's a permadeath
heartbreaking.
game.
It's permadeath, so it is heartbreaking whenever you have someone that is really high level and they're gone, because
Or
you
somebody-
have a massive hole in your team now.
It's not just that high level. It also could be, this is a character I've played with for potentially 40 hours. And
Yeah.
I've worked hard to keep this character alive, no matter their stats. I worked hard to keep this dude alive, you know?
In
It's like
my
you lose a friend.
honestly, yeah, you become attached to him. In the last playthrough I did, which was actually last year, I actually made a character of Kiba. I think I actually sent you the screenshot of how you looked and everything.
Yeah.
Because I always go through and all my like friends and family and just like all these people I put in there and I make how they look, so that way whenever I play, I have all these people and I can be like, oh, it's this person, instead of just nameless person X and Y. So that way I can kind of keep track of everyone.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of a tell for yourself to know this is where my team's at and this is what this person does, you know?
Yeah, oh, it absolutely just makes the game. And there was a point where I was playing and I hadn't realized, and it finally clicked with me. I was like, oh, every time I go on a mission and I send Kiba, I always send this other person, because I think you were a sniper, and I had a ranger character that was kind of the person that I had watching your back as you were sniping. And I hadn't realized until a ways in, I was like, oh, these are the two people I always put together. So then I made a conscious effort to, if I was sending one, I would send the other. And it kind of became this like symbiotic thing. And then there was a certain point where I think you died, and I was like fucking heartbroken, because I was like, oh no, his buddy that I always send with him now lost his friend. Oh shit.
How is he going to make it on his own now?
And so then and he didn't. I think
Killed,
I think he survived that one, and then a couple missions later he actually also died as well. But those little kind of storylines that you can build up while playing as you're fighting off this big alien invasion it's so much fun. Every single playthrough is different. I've played that game
Well,
5 times all the way through.
It also has such a cool aesthetic for what it is.
Very
it's very
cool.
unique, and it's so borderline cyberpunky in such a good way.
Yeah, very
You know?
much. It's this very futuristic but not kind of take. But yeah, XCOM 2, it's so much fun. I have put an ungodly amount of hours into it. I played it all the way through, and then I went, yeah, I could play that again. And then I literally started it like a week later and started from the beginning, went all the way through again.
Connor, would you have guessed either of his third or second place games so far?
No.
Yeah.
No, these are both games I've never really heard of or played.
Yeah, XCOM 2.
Say I would have, but I also have spent a long time talking to you about video games. I just wanted to know, like, are these games you bring up around people that you don't talk to about old games with a lot, or are they just for you in your head?
Oh, they're just, yeah.
Seems
these are
like
just
they're
for me.
mostly for you. Yeah,
these are just for
Yeah.
me. Because with Control, I feel like, well, I was going to say Control, I actually don't even really know how popular it was. Whenever it came out, it kind of made a splash, but I don't know that anyone's really talking about Control anymore. And it's not even that old of a game. That was like 2021 when it came out. But XCOM 2 is a little on the older side. It was like 2016, I think, maybe.
But XCOM made waves when it came out.
The original back in like the 90s or 2000s was big, and then this was the big revamp. Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the third one.
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting.
A long time, yeah. Which also the lead, Jake Solomon from that Firaxis team left, so I know that if they do make XCOM 3, it probably won't have that same juice, but
Won't
maybe
have
it
that
will.
same charm to
Maybe
it.
it will. I don't know. I'll hold out hope. But yeah, I would love if they made another one. I'm waiting patiently every day. Connor, number one.
Ready
What do
for
you
my
got?
number one?
Hit me.
This one I chose because it would be the most sentimental to me. Not even necessarily because it's the best game. I just cherish this game more than others. But the original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I should have guessed that.
Hell
I don't know
yeah.
why I didn't even think that you might pick Pokemon, but that tracks so
yeah,
much.
Yeah, see, Pokemon, I think that's the first game I ever beat. And long story short, whenever the new Pokemon games came out, I think for like 4 generations, my mom and I would play them together. She would buy me Red or Blue, and she would buy the opposite, and we'd play through it, just kind of seeing who could beat it first, and
That's
comparing games and
awesome.
stuff like that. Trading Pokemon, battling with the little cord connecting our Game Boys.
That is such a healthy relationship.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
What else was I going to say about it? My cousin, leading back into him, I can remember going up to visit him and stuff, and he had a Game Shark, and that was the first time I ever used one of those. And I remember specifically, he used the Game Shark to get me like 300 rare candies or something like that.
Fuck yeah, he did.
And then he caught me a Mew. And at the time, I think even like still, Mew is just uncatchable in the game unless you glitch it or use a Game Shark or something.
In the original, you can't.
Yeah,
there's
you just can't.
there is a glitch where you can, but it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
Glitch.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the first game I ever used a Game Shark on, and I can remember showing it to my friends and being like, look, dude, look how many rare candies I got in. I got a Mew. And them being like, how did you do that? Yeah, how do you get that? But yeah, Pokemon Red and Blue. I don't even have a big explanation for why it's important to me. It's just the most sentimental game to me.
That's okay, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I played the absolute shit out of Pokemon Red.
Oh, man,
Who's your favorite starter?
Pokemon. Always the fire types. Always.
Charmander, boy.
Charmander. The next one
dog.
was Cyndaquil. Then fucking Chikorita.
Hell yeah,
and
man.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
My boy right here. Same.
Chikorita.
Yeah.
Dude, she'll fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you up.
Little chick. Little fire chick.
Yeah.
And it turns into a Blaziken. Big fucking rooster thing.
It's dope.
That's
don't
fucking
even
cool.
know.
It's
These
cool,
are
dude.
all fake.
No, I swear to God.
Yes,
Swear to
actually,
God.
yeah. Yeah, none of it exists.
Blaziken, that's all made up shit.
Yeah, last year I played through Pokemon Red again for the first time in a long time, and oh my god, it was such a smile on my face the whole time.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I've downloaded an emulator on my phone a couple times and played the original ones, and even downloaded an advanced emulator so I could play Crystal and whatever. Those legendary Pokemon, man, those were always thrilling to me. Just having the option to go into the first one, it was a facility, like an electrical place for
that the power plant?
Zapdos.
Yeah.
The power plant. Moltres was in the cave that was on Victory Road, I think, on the way
Mount
to the
Ember, is that what it was?
yeah.
Yeah,
And
these
then
are all words.
Articuno was on that island.
Yeah.
In a cave on the island.
Way down deep in there?
Yeah.
Hours I would sit there and go, okay, I didn't want to use my Master Ball, so I'd
Yeah.
sit there and hit that Ultra Ball over and over and
Yeah.
over, and then you wouldn't get it and go, fuck, reload the save, and then
Man,
start over. And
I can
insane.
remember I caught Mewtwo with the Master Ball, and then I would
Yeah.
start a new game, but I would trade the Mewtwo to my mom, start the new game, and then have her trade it back to me. So I started with a level
Start right at
70
the
Mewtwo,
beginning? Hell
and it
yeah,
never
man.
listened to me.
Of course,
You remember that?
yeah, because you have to have the certain badge to
Yeah.
have the level. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd like put fucking do Psychic Attack, and it's like, oh, Mewtwo's not listening to you. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah,
But you
dumb
had it, though.
bitch.
You had it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was
Occasionally he
useless.
would, but not enough to be effective.
Waste a turn.
Pretty much.
Yeah, essentially. Solid pick, man.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Shocked Tony Hawk wasn't on your list.
Yeah, I thought about putting Tony Hawk on my list. That was one of the
Shocked.
contenders, but ultimately when the time came, I was like, you know what?
Hey, and the
These
time
games.
was right before this podcast when we reminded him that
Yeah.
he needed to pick these.
Hey, I told you it was not hard for me to come up with 3 games I love and why I love them.
And in a couple days, you'll be thinking, man, I should have said this.
Damn it! Why didn't I think of that?
I bet you were expecting me to be stuttering and thinking the whole time.
Nailed it.
Yeah. But
Nailed
I
it, though.
fucking killed it, didn't I?
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kiba, hit me.
My number one pick, Resident Evil 4.
I knew it.
Of course.
But,
I
of
did know
course.
that.
But Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Really?
see that.
Over original?
I could see that.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4 OG is the game I have the most memories with out of any game I've ever played, but Resident Evil 4 Remake I think would have to be my favorite because it has the nostalgia factor with new areas, a much more fun gameplay flow. They fixed a lot of the bugs. They implemented new systems that I like. I love the parry system.
Lock. I was about to say, yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that makes it hit tier 1 for me, and it's just up there, and I think it always will be.
I will say, whenever we played through it, I did have a ton of fun with it.
Part of the reason it's number 1 is because I cannot describe to you how it felt to have the satisfaction of playing it and it be everything I wanted.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing it. I really did. The fact that now that I've played through most of the original, the fact that they were able to add in just a smidge more Luis. Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh, so
Yeah.
nice. So nice in the remake.
And I remember when we played the remake, you didn't understand why I fawned for that man.
Oh, he's a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Fond for that.
I
man.
did. I would have fainted if I hadn't seen him for the first time before.
And can I say, my God, Leon is handsome.
Oh yeah, gorgeous man.
He's a blob of pixels in the original, but in
One
the in the remake, my God, holy
Something
shit.
I love about the remake is all the characters look the same to me. They just look better. They all still look like themselves 100% though, you know?
Right.
The only person they really changed was Sadler's veiny head. His head is way, way more veiny in the remake.
It's
than
real
it is.
gross.
Yeah.
It's real gross.
Who was the little guy again?
Salazar.
Salazar. I feel like they changed him a lot. From
Yeah,
the original
I
to
like
remake.
the remake.
I
His
feel like
aesthetic in the remake is way better.
his hair is a little longer and his skin's a little cracklier, but I still think he looks like
They got rid of the
Salazar.
hat,
I still
though.
think so.
Only for some of it.
They got rid of the tricorner hat,
Only
dog.
for some of it.
Is it in the remake?
He's in the paintings wearing it and stuff.
Oh, but not his actual model in the game.
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
I mean, the little action figure you get of him has it, and the model you get in the shop.
That doesn't count, son of a bitch.
But his character still looks like him to me.
Yeah.
There's no distinct changes that make me feel like those characters are not who they should be. They made the boss fights so good.
Yeah, I do remember, and it actually pains me to say it, the Krauser fight in remake was so much fun.
I know.
I really liked it in the
Right.
remake.
Yeah.
And so then playing it in the OG version, I wanted to fucking tear my hair out.
Well,
It was
in the
brutal.
OG version, they wanted you to understand that you learned everything from him. And I feel like in the remake, they make him another boss fight, and it's very fun.
Yeah.
But I like the original because it feels like I'm fighting a better version of me.
So my number one greatest game of all time, Bioshock.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Bioshock. That is the greatest game ever fucking made. I love the first Bioshock.
Yeah.
The first time I went down in that fucking
On
bathysphere.
a guy.
And that too. And whenever that splicer like crawled by, and you could like the door.
It shakes a little bit.
Yeah, and then the fucking door opens, and the guy like runs away, and it's like,
I don't.
I have to
leave
go
this thing.
out there.
Dude.
Oh fuck.
I second with you. When he crawls over and the pod shakes a little bit and then it stops.
Yeah.
And the lights turn off. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
I'm not leaving this thing. I'm not leaving this thing.
Take me back up.
Yeah, absolutely incredible gameplay. I love the fact that you can blend the plasmids with the weapons, and you can do it so interchangeably, so seamlessly.
And the thing is, the gunplay sucks on its own and the plasmids suck on their own. But when you mesh them in accordance with each other, they're so fun.
It's so much fun.
There were things I didn't even know you could do until I saw footage of people doing it. Like use your fucking fire to light someone on fire, and then blast a heat-seeking rifle at it, and then it'll just trail it until it hits
Yeah.
it.
There's also, you can light somebody on fire, and then if you run past an oil spill, they'll run into it, and it'll light them on
Yeah,
fire, and they'll
yeah.
fall down and burn to
Yeah.
death. And I love that.
So cool. It's
Also-
the first time that I've seen stuff like that. Like at the beginning, whenever the guy's on the puddle and they're like, "Hey, use your electric plasmid and shock him." I remember playing that for the first time and going,
What
"This
the
is a
fuck?
thing you can do in video games?
You mean
What
the stuff that kills me
fuck?"
kills them?
Huh. Yeah, it was an absolute game changer for me.
Well, there's shit like you can get the plasmid to make a Big Daddy your friend.
Yeah.
You can abuse that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was been playing with Shannon, and I've been having her abuse it. It's like, hey, you see that Big Daddy? He doesn't have a little sister. He's looking for one. Why don't you go piss off those guys, run back here, and throw that thing at him?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then he'll just murder everybody, and then go back to being your homie.
Yeah. It's so cool.
And then after that, he'll get a little sister, and you can murder him brutally.
And the aesthetic of the Big Daddies,
So fucking cool.
unbelievable.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
Unbelievable.
And somehow, every time anybody else does it with a diver suit, it looks cheesy and shitty.
it does.
But when they did it, it looks so
It's-
fucking good.
It's so hulking and intimidating.
I think
the first time playing through it and hearing them
The footsteps.
and going, "Oh my god, there's one close by. Oh fuck!" And then seeing it around the corner and going, "Well, I have to fucking fight this thing now." And yeah,
I love that they didn't aggro on you until you pissed them off.
I was about to say that.
Love
I was
that.
about to say that.
yeah,
You could just like walk around it, take pictures of it, fucking
Yep.
stare at it.
yeah. If you didn't fuck with the little sister, yeah. That was it.
Good fucking choice for number one, man.
It's
Yeah, very
also
good.
it's also the first game I think I ever played where the story actually blew me away.
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly? That moment, I remember like not fully understanding because I just was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? What is happening?
Until it
All
gives
right.
you a choice that's not really a choice.
Right.
I used to want to get the chain links tattooed on my wrists.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, Bioshock. The only ding that I can have against that game is that the ending boss fight is big fine.
Yeah, it's
big
real
okay.
underwhelming.
Yeah.
But you're
But-
fighting a giant gold man.
I feel like I remember playing that game on hard, and there's like an extra achievement to kill him with a bow or something like that, and so I was working on doing that, and I did it a lot faster than I thought I was going to.
Well, it's because you're fucking good, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you probably just actually played well.
Yeah.
You fucking nailed everything you did, man.
Well, shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm good at games and stuff.
Yeah, Bioshock 1. I would love to play through it again.
I would too.
At some
We're
point,
gonna.
I would too.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I have to ask before we get too far away from it. What would you rate Jake's 3 games, Connor? Out of 10. His selection of 3. If you were stuck on an island with those 3 games, just from what you know.
The games that you have never played and don't even know anything about.
Except for Bioshock.
But
10,
after hearing my description of them,
10 being the highest or 1 being the best?
10 being the highest one.
being
when
the
is
highest?
one ever the highest?
Nobody goes
On a
down
scale of 1 to
10.
10, yeah.
I would say a good 7 because I did love Bioshock. I have never really heard or at least played much of the other 2. Control I'd never heard of. XCOM I've seen, but I've never played it.
I would give you a 9 because those are good,
yeah.
long, fun, drawn-out games for an island. I could play Bioshock a million times. I could play XCOM a million times. I could play fucking Control probably a million times.
All 3 very different games, too.
Yeah.
Very different games. Yeah.
I think we all did good on picking very diverse games.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about mine. Did I pick diverse games?
Not really.
Not really.
You're the one. You know what games you picked. What do you mean?
Guitar Hero.
I mean, I picked two RPGs and a rhythm game. The RPGs are 2 very different styles, though.
I was going to say,
so
yeah.
they're not really anything alike.
Pokemon,
Yeah,
I
I-
guess you could classify as an
would-
RPG. I would never think of it as one.
I mean,
wouldn't
technically
even,
it is.
I wouldn't even think that those games have crossover.
No?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to hear them on a list together.
Yeah.
You know? See, I think you picked pretty diverse games.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like I did. I mean,
What would you give Connor? His
I
list
would
of
give
games?
you a 7.
Yeah.
I would give you, well, 7.5. 7.5. Because you could get a longevity out of a couple of those games.
I would also do 7.5. I love Guitar Hero, and I fucking love Pokemon. Fable did not
See,
care for.
I don't like Pokemon at all.
Did not
That's
care
why.
for 'em.
That's why I gave it a 7. Because I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about Pokemon at all.
Yeah, Fable is one of those series that I can understand the respect and love that it got at the time, but I tried playing them way after the fact and bounced so quick.
Dude, that's how I feel about
So
Pokemon.
fast,
I don't want to
yeah.
play a game about Squishmallows.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah. I mean that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But
Totally
everything
fair.
else, good, solid picks.
Yeah,
Lay it on me, boys.
we had Resident Evil, Halo, Reach.
And Metal Gear Solid 3.
8.
8?
That's an 8.
Okay, I was expecting like a 5 from you. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
See,
love Halo Reach.
I feel like
and-
Reach carries a lot of water for both of you in this one.
Yeah, that's the biggest one on your list for me.
Yeah.
I feel like 3, though, is replayable beyond almost any other game I've ever seen. Because you can find new areas, you can find new animals you can skin, you can get new camos, you can kill bosses early. There's all kinds of replayable stuff you can do. There's
with Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. There's also 4 different difficulties that change things in the world, not just the enemy difficulty.
But I would rather pay money than play that.
Oh, okay.
If I'm being honest.
Yes, no, I get it.
Yeah.
No, I get it. There's
if I'm being perfectly
no,
honest.
I get it. There's 10 hours of cutscenes in that.
Yeah, that's too much.
What
Yeah.
game?
Metal Gear Solid 3.
10 hours of cutscenes? Holy shit.
Well, I think it's technically like 10:32.
Jesus.
Kojima wants to direct so badly that his games are just movies.
Kojima does make movies. He just
Yeah.
puts games around them.
I would say again probably a 7, 7.5, or an 8 because Halo was big for me. I didn't play Reach very much. I did play it, but not a whole lot. I never beat the story or anything. Metal Gear Solid, I am interested in playing the newer one now that I know that they're making a newer one. And what was your third one?
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4,
Remake,
yeah.
specifically?
I've gotten my fair share of that, and I haven't even played it.
I was about to say, I feel like you would really like the remake.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like that would be a
Yeah.
game that you would play and come back and say like, oh, I did this and tell us about stuff. I
mean,
feel
I'd
like
be
that
down
game
to-
is very much your alley.
I'd be down to play it.
It's
Like,
like
to
a
the point-
modern version of
Yeah.
it that has.
To the point
Yeah.
where when we do play it or you eventually play it, I am going to bully you senselessly for saying, I don't like that game at all and I've never played it.
I'm gonna play through the whole thing and still the entire time, no matter how I feel about it, be like, dude, this game sucks.
I feel like we had a very good list.
Oh, yeah. And
These 9 games right here, greatest games of all time.
Ever made.
And I
Ever
love
made.
that we all 3 rated each other about the same thing.
Yeah,
We all got
honestly.
7s to 8s.
Yeah. I would rate mine at 10, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, though.
I would rate mine at 10.
Yeah, that's cool. Shut the fuck up.
Do we have any honorable mentions? Any that almost made your list that didn't quite?
Tony Hawk series.
Your number 1 Bioshock was almost my
Yeah.
number 3.
I'm glad you didn't pick it.
Me too.
Whenever you
Me
brought
too.
that up, I was like, I hope he picks
Yeah,
the other one.
Me too. So you said Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3?
Tony Hawk series. If
series?
anything, I would still say the first one,
First one.
or Tony Hawk Underground.
I would say,
Hell
yeah,
yeah,
Thugs
Underground.
those are my Tony Hawk games for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, besides Bioshock, my honorable mention,
I had one more. I think it was Jak and Daxter. I really liked Jak and Daxter as a kid. That was my first PlayStation 2 game, and I don't even remember why I was so excited to play it, but when I was stoked about Jak and Daxter, wanted a PlayStation 2 just for that game, got the combination of the game console for Christmas, and I had never been more excited in my life up to that point.
I will say it's not a morality thing, but seeing Jak grow from a young kid in 1 to 3 whenever he's
Evil
kind
Jak.
of like fucking
He's got the
evil.
goatee
Well,
and
he
shit.
is evil Jak.
Yeah.
Whenever you use the purple.
The dark ego. Or
Eco.
dark eco.
Yeah, dark eco.
So yeah, seeing that progression, that's kind of in that Fable realm.
Yeah,
Not
you
quite, but
could
kind
say
of.
that,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
getting there.
Kind of
I mean,
almost
it's
a little
not
bit.
your choices that reflect that at
Exactly,
all, but yeah.
it's just part of the gameplay.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 was my number 4.
Fuck!
That was the one that almost was my number 3. Fallout 3, I played the absolute fucking shitload out of.
I love Fallout 3's aesthetic, and
Yeah.
a lot of people don't agree with this. I think Fallout 3 is fucking sick.
It's way better than New Vegas. It's
A
way
lot
better
of
than
people
4.
will shit on it compared
Yeah.
to New Vegas. I think New Vegas is good, but I love 3.
Yeah,
I never
same.
cared so much for the Fallout games.
Stay out of this.
Okay.
And then my other one is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
That was a
Really?
cool one.
The amount of hours that I put into that multiplayer when I was in high school with my friends, mind-boggling. Years of my life were put into that game.
I was-
so much fucking fun. The fact that you could shoot through plywood and through sheet metal, again, blew my mind. I was like, I can shoot the guys on the other side of the thing that I can't see, but I know they're there. Fuck yeah, that's so cool.
And then everybody started shooting walls.
Fuck yeah, baby. Love me some old Call of Duty. The new stuff is all trash, but
I think it's mid, but it's not trash. I think it's mid.
It's too much.
yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot. But yeah, I think that yes, I think we should get into some games.
Are you gentlemen ready?
Hey, so Kiba was the game champion last time. He is now running the game section. He's giving your poor host Jake a goddamn break. And thank you. I'm going to kick my legs up. I'm going to relax. I didn't have to do any prep work for these games. I'm just going to enjoy and have some fun.
You might call me the Game Boy.
Oh, and I would. Specifically,
Yeah.
I would.
I prepared that ahead of time.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
And I expect you to call me the Game Boy throughout the games. You can refer to me as the Game Boy.
I will absolutely not be doing that.
I will. I hope that curries some favor.
Okay, everybody, are you guys ready to game it up some? Are you guys ready to play some games with your Game Boy, your game host Kiba?
Hit me.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it game time?
It is
Gotta be.
adventure time.
Adventure! So, I need you, Connor, to scoot your chair over to where you are next to Jake and you can't see this screen up top. So this game is called Guess What Song is What Band?
Ooh.
But I'm going to play you 30 seconds of a song from one band and 30 seconds of a song from another band, and I'm going to have you guess which of these two names is which band.
Interesting. Okay.
Very
Okay.
cut and dry. This will be on the raise your hand system.
Ooh.
So
okay.
when the song ends, you'll wait for me to say go or whatever I decide to say to emphasize what we're doing, and you guys will raise your hand, and whoever raises first gets the first choice.
Beautiful.
I
Beautiful.
will list the names of both bands after I play the clips, and you will be guessing which is which. Everybody clear?
Yes.
I love it.
All right.
How do you feel like you're gonna do, Connor?
Poorly.
Same. Same. I can't wait.
I'm so
I
excited
can't
for
wait.
you guys.
Sir, is there any sort of monetary reward for this?
Yes, there are.
Oh, please.
Really?
You will be both competing for Yakub Bucks, a completely distinct and legally different version than what you would normally consider a Jake Buck to be. Not in any way infringement of previously copyrighted material, having no similarities outside of the word buck.
I've heard of Yakub Bucks.
Everybody's heard of Yakub Bucks. Yakub Bucks are the premier currency in this area.
I still have mine from last time.
Of course you do.
I
Banking
still
them,
have them,
because
yeah.
you know, just like Bitcoin, them babies only go up.
Do I have any in the bank?
Oh, absolutely not.
No. Okay.
I
didn't
have
think
all
so.
of them.
Yeah, he bought them all for you. He traded them for Jake Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so now your Yakub Buck counter is 0.
Zero. Heard.
You gotta move that needle, dog.
I'll try to this game.
Is everybody ready for your first clip?
Please.
All right. That was your first clip. Everybody heard it? Everybody
I
has
did.
ears, yes?
I have 2 of them.
It is time for your second clip.
Okay.
Let's hear it. That was cool.
Everybody heard that?
Yeah.
I did.
Thank you.
Did.
I appreciate that. I am a good curator. I'm going to list off 2 band names, and then I'm going to say, go. And you 2 will raise your hand, right?
Okay.
We have North Lane and Vildarte. Go. Ooh, I think Jake had it.
You can have it.
The band names one more time. North Lane and Vildarte.
Vildarte.
The fuck? That first song we heard was North Lane.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tis what I
Fuck
would
you,
have said.
Connor. Fuck you.
Yep. I figured you would get this first one, to be honest, because I
I-
know you've heard of them before.
I heard that first song before, too.
I've never
I
heard of
didn't-
either of those. I think you were making both those up, if I'm being honest.
I was kind of thinking that was like Fit for a King or something, but
I wanted to pick bands that were in the genres. So some of these are kind of in your genre. Some of them are in your genre. One of them is in mine. So you will both have a hand up.
Okay.
And I think it's great that you got the one that was geared towards him.
yeah, I
Hey,
get.
50-50 shot, dog.
I had the thought of like once I hear that band name, I'll know that it was that song.
And you did. You
I did.
did. I'll
I
give it
did.
to you. You were just a little too slow. All right, gentlemen. Are we ready for question number 2?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody still aware of the rules?
Yes, sir.
Everybody? Good?
Yes.
Yeah? All
Yes.
More aware than the first round. Yes.
right. Okay, we are going to go ahead and start this clip. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody heard?
Uh huh.
Okay, we are ready for our second clip. Let's go. Okay, everybody heard that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
These 2 band names are Attack Attack and Dayseeker. Everybody heard the names?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Go. Jake! Oh my god, you were fucking fast.
That's
Do you know
what
this
they call
one?
me. Was that second one Attack Attack?
No, sir.
Whoa!
That first one was Attack Attack, and that
damn
second one was Dayseeker.
See,
You get the points for this.
I was gonna say that too. I promise.
I'm so glad that you got his and he got yours. That I would have never guessed that was how that was going to work.
I kind of only got it because he got it wrong.
I intentionally picked a band that sounds a little bit more like Attack Attack used to sound.
Also, I'm not that familiar with Attack Attack.
I just figured you'd know their one song that everybody knows.
I only know that they even exist just because I like Caleb Shomo. That's the
Yeah.
only reason.
Yeah, I had picked a song without him in the band because I know that you're a Beartooth fan, and I didn't
Yeah.
want you to immediately go, that's Caleb Shomo,
That's
because
Caleb Shomo.
nobody fucking sounds like him.
No, no,
That
not
dude
at all.
sounds like a horse pissing into a trough.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are moving on to our third question.
Let's hear it.
This is the clip from the first band. Everybody ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Everybody heard that?
Yeah.
I did. I
All
did
right.
hear that.
Second band. Let's go.
Waking up this time like I've never been tired.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Those 2 bands were Volumes and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Go. Jake!
The second one was Volumes.
Yes.
Yeah,
How
buddy.
did you know that?
That's
Because you've played Volumes before, and I know they have a more chill sound to them.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's crazy because normally they don't. I picked the opposite. Volumes is normally very heavy.
Really? You might have just played that one song for me then before.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know either of those bands at all.
I was very unsure about that. I was gonna say the second one was Volumes only because the first 2 rounds, the first band was the first song. So I was thinking, I bet this round, that first song, or the
Ooh,
second
game in
song
the
is gonna be
system
the
over
first
here.
band.
But yeah, fucking.
I got
Jake.
it though. I got it.
So we've got Jake, Connor, and Jake.
Jake, Connor, and
So
Jake,
you better fucking get this last one, dog.
let's hear it.
Okay.
Everybody heard?
Yeah.
That was a collection of sounds.
Everybody heard it?
Yeah.
So this is the bonus round, and I didn't tell you the
God.
rules, and I had to pull my phone out intentionally because you both know both of those artists.
I was gonna say, can I take
Yeah,
a wild
yeah,
shot in
we-
the dark
this
before
is-
you even
We
give
both
names?
know
This
them.
is a guess for both of those artists. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say the second one was Sanketsu.
He got it.
I actually did know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the first one.
The first one is and called Before I Turn, so it's also
okay.
me.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was the lightning round where I was just gonna see if either of you noticed either of those.
Hell yeah.
And
I did.
I had to sit down with Shannon and go, is it appropriate for me to do this?
I don't know. I don't know if you noticed when that second song started playing. I saw the vocals. I kind of went,
Yeah,
made this face of like, okay.
I did see that. You gentlemen are tied,
Oh my God.
and I'm going to use that tie to parry into the next game. Oh, I just hit my mic. I'm so sorry.
Also, I'm sorry.
Idiot.
Why did you not play any like Ariana Grande?
Taylor Swift.
Why was there no Tate McRae?
Sorry, I didn't want to
Tobey
offend
Maguire?
the audience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our demographic is mostly, adults.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
You
That
guys-
makes sense. Yeah. That's fair.
Neither
That's
one
fair.
of you caught that. I said Toby Maguire instead of Toby Keith.
I didn't catch that either. You said fucking Spider-Man. Why did you play any Spider-Man, bro? So, on this next game, we're going to use your tie there to decide who gets double points on this next game.
Oh shit!
Since you tied, the winner of this next game will double all of the points they acquired throughout both games, not just through the second game.
Fuck.
Heard.
Yeah.
The stakes are high.
So unbelievably high. Connor is dripping with sweat right now.
I'm high as shit right now.
Well, hey, buddy.
Are you guys ready for the name of this game?
Please.
Yes.
All right, this game is called I Say a Weapon and you immediately say what game it makes you think of.
Oh,
Raise your hand to see who goes
I
first.
like the sound of this.
You got that. Jake gets to go first.
Yeah.
What happened?
Because I said raise your hand to see who goes first.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I was talking.
my hand rose so fast.
Okay. You guys understand the rules of the game? They're in the name of the game.
Yes.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
The first weapon is a crowbar. Jake, what game does that make you think of?
Half-Life.
Absolutely not.
No, Half-Life 2. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. 100%.
No.
Crowbar? Yeah.
Gary's Mod. Half-Life 2 got left in the dust, bro. People are still making Gary's Mod content. The wide world of the internet thinks Gmod, bro.
Is that true? Is there a crowbar in Gmod?
It's the crowbar from Half-Life 2.
Is that true? Are you fucking on me right now?
I,
Are you
first
putting
game-
are you putting me in a puddle of fuck right now?
I don't know how to respond to this.
The first game I thought of was Condemned.
Are you serious? So you would have fucking lost anyway. It would have gone straight to Jake. That's so funny.
Well,
Alright.
I didn't know there
I
was
will be
a-
damned. Yeah.
I will say I didn't know there was a specific answer we were looking for. I thought we
Yep.
were just giving
Oh, of
out
course.
answers.
You are
Okay.
looking up, or I have looked up, which games have the most commonly associated memes and stuff. So I just started looking up these things and looking up game with them.
Okay.
So these are the things that pop up the most. So
Okay.
this is not necessarily my choice. It's more just kind of what the internet thinks.
perceived of it. Yeah.
Because some of these I would not think about this game. One of them in particular is from me, though.
Okay.
One of them in particular. All right, Connor, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Magnum handgun.
Fucking Resident Evil 4. 3, 5, 5, 5. God damn it, Resident Evil 5. I kept fucking it up.
Halo.
Absolutely. Halo.
Halo, dog. Come on.
The Magnum handgun from Halo.
Oh, I was thinking
Godly
Revolver
OP,
for some
dude.
reason.
You can fucking snipe with that thing. It's so fucking good.
That thing is pretty sweet on that game.
It's unbelievably good. I played
Yeah.
the entire campaign with it.
I was thinking of that big ass Magnum you get on Resident Evil 5. That's
The fucking Killer 7?
unreasonably overpowered.
Yeah, baby. All right, Jake, are you ready?
Hit me.
TMP.
Resident Evil 4.
Hey, that's the
Yo.
one that I chose.
That one was obvious.
There isn't a single other TMP out there.
There is. CSGO has one. Call of
No,
Duty.
those are SMGs. Those are SMGs.
All right, Connor, are you ready?
Absolutely.
This one was kind of tailored towards you, so I hope you get it.
Okay.
Wrist blade.
Wrist Blade. Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Okay.
I was about to make so much fucking fun of you.
I thought you were going to say a nail, because that's your weapon in Hollow Knight.
I was gonna be so fucking pissed off if you didn't get that.
Legitimately, the hand blade or the wrist blade did throw me off course, because I, again, thought you were going to say nail, but I knew what it was.
Well done. Well done.
And from here on out, we will be raising our hands to see who goes first.
Oh, shit.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
These are the last questions of the game.
How many? How many do we got?
3.
Trace?
Fuck.
Wait, are we doing on go, or are you just saying it and we're going?
I'm going to say go, and then you're going to raise your hand, and
Okay.
that decides who gets to hear it and answer it first.
Okay.
I was waiting for you guys to both look at me, and everybody was looking in the distance. You both,
I'm like
you both
focused
just
and
were
waiting.
stared off.
Like focused and waiting.
Go.
That was me. That was
My
me.
reaction was to
Hand
say
went up
go.
so fast.
It was.
I just went go.
I tried to catch you off guard, and I definitely caught you off guard. Fiber wire.
Hitman.
Oh, he nailed it.
I knew that too,
Hitman.
man. I knew that one too.
No, you didn't. Or else you
I
would have said
did
it.
know that
Or
one.
else you would have said it.
Go.
You didn't tell us the weapon though.
I didn't tell you before.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, you're raising to see who gets to hear it first. If I say the weapon, you'll both be ready.
I could have sworn you said razor wire and then fucking.
No, I said go.
No, that's-
He raised his hand, and I said razor wire.
Okay. Did I get that one
You
anyway?
got that one.
You gotta wake up, Connor. You gotta wake up.
Golden handgun.
Golden handgun.
There's. Oh my God! Come on. You guys should both know this.
Come on, dog.
There's a gun with a golden handgun. Or there's a game with a golden. I can't talk. There's a game with a golden handgun.
Just
It
go
is.
ahead-
It
go
is
ahead and
literally
just
the
pass.
most important
Just
part
go
of the
ahead and
game.
Pass. It's fine.
Guys, yeah, pass.
Goldeneye.
007 GoldenEye.
I fucking wouldn't have never.
One hit
guessed
kill,
that
baby.
shit.
One hit kill.
Would have ever guessed that shit. But GoldenEye makes sense for a golden gun.
Jake.
Me and my boys would hang out 1v1. Each of us had a golden gun and just fucking run that map. Fuck, that shit was fun. Back on the N64. Take me back.
It was fun as fuck, and I would love to
Yeah.
do a throwaway where we play it at some point.
They have it. They did the
Oh, I know.
remaster.
I
yeah.
know. I've looked at it over
Yeah.
and over again. I just
Yeah.
thought,
I played a
I'm
little
going
bit
to play
of it,
this
yeah.
for 30 minutes, and I'll never play it again. I shouldn't buy this.
It was on Game Pass, and I did exactly that. I think I played like 2 hours of it, and I went, fuck, so much nostalgia. All right. Uninstall.
You
Yeah.
guys
touch
ready
that
to hear who won?
Oh, isn't there one more?
Hey, I thought there was one more.
There's one more, bitch.
There is one more, but it's a bonus question, so
Oh,
it
okay,
doesn't
okay.
count towards your score. But I'll
Okay.
go ahead
Can we
and
do
give
it
to you.
anyway?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do it anyway. This one is open-ended for both of you.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So
go
I'll
either
say
way.
the question, and then one of you guys will blurt out an answer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What game has the goriest gun?
Gears of War with the chainsaw.
You nailed it. Gears of War chainsaw lancer.
Hell
Interesting.
yeah.
I was thinking Dead Space.
No, the chainsaw lancer's so gory. You're
Yeah.
getting covered in blood and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Dead Space dismemberment, but there's not as much gore. You know?
Interesting. I would not have went to Gears of War. That
Really?
shows my stupidness, I guess.
No.
See, I should still get
no.
a point for that. I should get something for that.
All right.
Half a
I'll,
point.
I mean, I'll give
one
you
Yakka book compared to two.
don't worry.
One of these, buddy.
I'll
Oh,
give
yeah.
you 1 point.
That's not what you were doing. was it?
You're getting
no, hey,
You're getting a sweet ass thumbs up, buddy.
Don't worry, guys. I gave Connor an extra point, and wouldn't you know it, Jake still won.
Nice.
Because Connor, you have 2 versus his 5.
Nice, dude.
You have 2 with your extra point.
Fuck yeah.
So you guys had 4 points each for 2 correct answers each, worth 2 points each from the first game. It was a stalemate. Second game, Jake dominated at 1 point per question. That gives him 5 points plus 4 points times 2.
That's 18.
That's 18
No one can
points.
do that,
baby.
man.
Nobody can do that, man.
No one, not anyone in this room.
Fucking, he already answered the question, but nobody can do it.
Okay, guys, those were the games.
Fuck, dude.
Sorry they weren't 100%
That was-
perfect, but I appreciate you guys for bearing with me.
That was fun.
Stupid, because I lost.
I did so good. I'm a big boy.
I'm so
I'm a big
excited
boy.
because I already have 1 game planned for the next time I win and get games because I know I will.
At some point.
Yeah, I already have the next game planned.
I
I'm
mean,
so
I
ready.
will at some point again, too. It's going to happen.
Do you have your next game planned?
Fuck no.
Okay. then.
I don't have shit planned out for the next 3 hours.
Well done, Kiba.
Yeah.
Well done. That is the Game Boy.
Yeah, that was game time with the Game Boy. I thought that was a great time. I hope you guys appreciated the games and they weren't too obnoxious for you.
No, I loved it. I don't know that any of those songs that you played were real. I think those were all fake.
Those
but-
are all AI songs.
Yeah, those are all AI songs.
I
Yeah,
believe it.
100%. 100%.
And
But
it's just saying, attack, attack.
oh, gentlemen, with that brings us to almost the end of the podcast. That would be the recommended page. Everyone, the recommended page is a place where we like to try and shine a light on something and give out some props to something that we want everyone else to see, something that we like, something we enjoy. Connor, what do you got, baby?
I am going to recommend that Kiba go first.
Oh, that's a shame. Kiba, what do you got?
I'm going to recommend that you go fuck yourself.
There's a band that Kiba showed me recently. It's not the kind of shit that I normally listen to. It's an instrumental band called Mirar. It's not something that I thought I would really be super interested in, but he played it for me the other day, and I just thought it sounded cool, and I have found myself putting it on while I've been editing, or like at work, or even playing video games. I'll just put it on and have it on the side.
It's really good background music.
Yeah, it's cool.
What kind of instrumental are we talking?
I would say deathcore.
You guys heard
Okay.
Viltard say it earlier? Same thing.
It's that.
Yeah.
Same
gotcha.
style.
Gotcha.
Very guitar-y, very chuggy, and sound effects that you don't hear.
They do a lot of piano and synth and violin and viola and cello in there too. They mix a lot of that stuff in.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's very cinematic.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't hear a whole lot of it elsewhere.
I am going to recommend my band.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit. From D12? That song is old, man.
So sorry for that cough. I am going to recommend my band, Sanketsu.
Dude.
Shit.
Yeah, I just put out a new song not too long ago. It's called That Song. It's got a music video that was an AMV edited from the anime Dan Da Dan. It's really good. I like the song a lot. The video and everything came together really smoothly. I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm excited to start pursuing more music a little bit more seriously this summer. And yeah, I want to do more shameless promotion.
You
There it is.
have
Shit, yeah,
one
man.
full-ass album
I
out
do.
right now. Go check it out.
I do. I have one whole album, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, available on all streaming platforms now. And every time I say the name, it's been 2 years. Every time I say it, it makes me want to giggle. And actually, I just released a single not too long ago called Imposter Syndrome. And then That Song are the two new singles that are promoting my new material that I'll be putting out. So if you want to check those out, you'll get a taste of the new sound coming soon.
Do you have a rough release for album number 2?
I don't yet. I was too tight on my release schedule for my first one, so I want to give myself more leeway, and I want to make sure that I'm putting out songs I'm happy with instead of just putting out songs for the sake of
Just to
filling
put them
space.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like tantamount to being an artist, is you want to make sure that you put something out that you are proud of and can stand behind. Yeah.
And for a while, I've had my focuses more on the channel and building our repertoire and our friendship and stuff. So I'm excited to be able to spend some more time focused on that stuff soon.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. How far along are you into the album? How many songs do you have
4
finished?
songs right now. Finished a 5th song that I'm not sure if it will be for this release or if it'll come out as a Totally Not a Productions instrumental song or not.
Okay.
But it could be. So I'll say 4.5 songs.
Do you have an idea of how many songs it's going to be?
As many as he fucking wants.
I'm kind of thinking about doing something that's like 12 or 13 songs. I'm
Okay.
thinking something a little bit longer, more like an LP, and just kind of flow with it. I want to diversify my musical discography, and I want to put out songs that I enjoy, so this will not be a themed album. This will be an album of music I wrote.
For me, I am going to recommend a little show called Reacher.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude. Are you current?
Close. The 3rd season just wrapped up about a month ago, and I am watching it right now. I have 2 episodes left, and I absolutely fucking love this show.
Dude, who would have thought that Blue Mountain State would have got him here? Thad Castle.
That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah, if you don't know anything about the show, it is a retired major in the Army, I believe
He's in
he
the
is.
Army.
And he has left the military, and he is basically just a drifter now.
Yeah, he's a shanty.
Yeah,
He wanders from town to town,
all he has is the clothes on his back and a toothbrush in his pocket.
but he solves crime as he goes.
Yep. Trouble
You're a
seems to find him everywhere he goes.
You're a shanty.
And he's so fucking personable. Like, I gotta
Even with
say,
like such a
massive.
just body and a pretty blank face most of
Yeah.
the time. Dude is just
Dude,
charisma.
Alan Richardson is
Richardson, yeah.
Richardson? Okay, I never know when I look at it,
Yeah.
but I think he's so charismatic as an actor.
Yeah.
And I feel like that bled out so much in his Blue Mountain State performance that it was no wonder eventually he got picked up for a serious role.
Yeah, Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State to then go on to Jack Reacher is wild.
To go from a character that doesn't feel a single thing for anyone to a character that feels so deeply for everyone.
right is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are 3 seasons out, and each season it feels really different too. It's very, very different. There are, I think, like 19 books in the Reacher series, and so
They've only covered 2 of them, right? In all
3.
3, they covered 3. I thought it was still at 2. I was about to say they're gonna have like 20 seasons on their hands.
yeah, the show is doing well, so they can keep going as long as they want to.
Have you read any of the books?
I have not.
I read the first one way back.
Killing Floor?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I say way back. It was only like 6 years ago, but way back for me. I
Right.
read that and I thought it was really good. And I never, in my wildest dreams, thought it would get adapted because it felt too cool.
Yeah.
When you read the books, he is your atypical action movie hero.
Yep.
You know,
He is a just shit brick house of muscle.
You would not believe the things he does in the books too. Like he seems big and strong in the show,
Yeah.
but he's superhuman in the novels.
Fuck
He's like
yeah, he is.
picking guys up with one arm and throwing them across rooms and shit.
If anyone
can
saw
do that.
the Tom Cruise movies from forever ago, this is not that.
No,
Like,
those movies
genuinely-
suck compared to this.
Genuinely, the first Tom Cruise Jack Reacher movie I actually liked. The second one was trash, but the first one I actually liked, but it was not faithful at all to the story,
I like
to the
them,
books.
yeah, I like them the same way I like the Resident Evil movies. They are good movies, and of course Tom Cruise. You can't not enjoy that short man running.
I mean, come on. And he does it.
Oh, every movie.
Yeah, he runs. He books it. But yeah, Reacher. Everyone go check it out. It is on Amazon Prime. There are 3 full seasons out.
I've only seen the first season,
very
and the reason I wanted to ask if you're current is, does it stay as good?
Yes.
It does.
And every season feels so different. I want to say that the first season is probably still my favorite.
Okay.
But season 2 and season 3 are both really good. The episode that my significant other and I watched last night of season 3, both of us were screaming and cheering and going, "Fuck yeah!" It was so fucking awesome.
I'm telling you guys, one of these days we're going to be financially stable and schedule stable enough that we can all get together with our significant others and pick a show to watch as it comes out or
Just fucking
something.
hang out,
and just
yeah.
like one night a week or one night a month, we all get together, we watch 3 episodes of this, and then we just get to talk.
Yeah.
I love fucking talking to people
Fuck
about the
yeah.
shit I just watched. It's so fun.
So that brings us to the very end of the episode. This past Monday, we put out a video in Bulletstorm. It was a Kiba and Connor joint. Just the 2 of you. How'd you guys feel about that?
I loved it.
I had a great time, and I know Connor hasn't seen the finished product, but I think you did a wonderful job on the edit. And
Well,
I have
thank
to say,
you.
I gotta say thank you for saving that footage.
I got
Is
you.
it out yet?
It comes out on
it comes out on Monday.
When this comes out, it'll be out though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Connor.
But yeah, I thought it was a wonderful video. I really appreciate you going through the work to edit that
Yeah.
for us since you weren't in it, and I know that means a lot to both of us.
Yeah. It was very trippy not having been in it. So the whole time I was like, oh, shit, they referenced something before, and I like this, so I need to go back and save that other thing. And
You didn't know it was coming.
I didn't know. I had no
Yeah.
idea. So it was kind of a odd thing. I've never edited anything like that. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Everyone go check it out. It's fun.
Just a quick shout out real quick to also our grab bag series that has been releasing pretty regularly. I think those are some of my favorite videos we have put out total. If you haven't and you watch this or anything else, just go check out the grab bags. It's a mix of all of our stuff. You get the stream vibes, you get the podcast vibes, you get the gameplay vibes. I think anybody who likes this will appreciate those.
Yeah, there's a playlist. Go just put it on, pick any one, and just run through them.
Yeah.
Also, we were fortunate enough to get a code in a new game called Blight Night. We just put out a video on that last week. Please go check out our coverage on it. And if you are able to and you want to, go support an indie developer. Go buy a copy.
Yeah.
Dude, that game's cool, man.
It's
That game's
fun.
real
It's
cool.
a lot of
We
fun.
are,
He did a fantastic job. It's available on Steam right now. Go check it out.
Huge shout out to
Wishlist
Nick,
it. Watch the trailer.
He's the solo developer, Nick. Wonderful
Yeah.
guy. Huge shout out to him. Join his Discord. Get the game. Even if you're not going to get it, hop in the Discord. You'll get a taste of the game. Check out our video that came out last week and expect more. We'll be
Yeah.
talking about it probably a little bit on the next podcast, and we will at least have a few more videos over
Yeah.
the coming months coming out.
We'll definitely
Yeah.
play more of that. I had a blast.
I can't wait to show you guys some of the bosses.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't wait to see him,
Yeah.
man. That's going to be cool.
This Friday, we have another episode of Resident Evil 4 OG. Connor has been down in those fucking trenches editing this thing.
It's never
I don't know
gonna
how
end.
you're salvaging it, man.
Yeah, and
Every
the-
single time I walk away from an edit, I am like, this was the worst footage ever. I was so miserable. I was so upset. I was so angry. And then whenever I watch them, whenever they come out on Friday, I'm like, oh, fuck, that was
yeah,
funny.
dude.
That was funny. You did a
shit.
great job.
And
yeah.
I gotta say, none of us except for Connor have seen that episode that's about to come out, so we don't know. It
Yeah.
might be wonderful. It might
I'm sure it
take,
is.
it might take off and set us into stardom.
It won't.
Oh, fuck.
Give yourself more credit. Come on.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us today, please, dear God, subscribe. Show us some love. If you enjoyed this at all, share us with a friend, please. Anyone that you think might like this, anyone that you think won't like it, whatever, send it to them. See what happens.
Especially the people you think won't like it.
Leave a comment down below. Nobody did it last time, but the offer still stands. If you leave a comment on this video, Connor will make up a song involving your name, and he will sing it right here on the podcast.
And
He'll
I
do it.
absolutely
And
will.
you know what? I'll second that. If you comment on this video and the last video, I will pick up a guitar unplugged and just sit here and noodle behind him singing for you. It'll
I-
sound terrible, but I will do that for you.
I was
can't wait.
just about to ask you if you would do that.
I would
you play
love
the
to.
guitar while I sing?
I would love it too. I'll play the SpongeBob song.
Oh,
Fantastic.
perfect.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah, as always, remember, check back every other Wednesday for another episode of the Totally Not a Podcast. Love you.
Au revoir.
Peace and love.